Good morning, you guys. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, cool. I've already got people that want to come up on stage. That makes me happy. I'm bringing y'all up. We'll just go in order. All right, Dakota, let's start with you. Leah's got something too. She's excited.
Hello. So
Hey, Dakota, what's going on?
I've got something a little interesting, a little crazy. This dude's
I love it.
asking
That's
a
what I
lot.
like to hear.
So I'm just gonna run you through some numbers. We're 8,000 behind on payments. The loan, I've gotten two numbers, so I'm asking for a recent mortgage statement and
Perfect.
wait.
And a lot of times you can get on. You can ask them just for the login for their bank, and they'll let you have it.
Okay. But this is saying he said 167 is what the loan is. He also said 4.5 is the interest rate. I was seeing 3.75.
Trust whatever they say. Don't trust PropStream over what they'll tell you.
Okay. Well, he was saying he was guessing. I guess it's been a minute since he's checked, but yeah,
Okay.
that's what he was saying. And then, and then he's wanting me to factor in a $1,400 cleaning fee because I guess he lended his cleaning crew to the seller. And he's
the realtor did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell him no. That would be answer there. Say that's part of your business.
3.5 commission, and he's telling me off the bat that he was contracted for 7%, and now he's cutting it in half to 3.5.
Okay. And just say, yeah, you'll probably end up cutting that down too if we're taking over the loan because this guy's upside down. Help him out. So we always want to kind of be a little bit more human about things and force the realtors to be a little bit more human about things, especially when
let's just help them out, sort of thing.
Yeah, like, and you can also use that $1,400 in cleaning as leverage. Like, hey, maybe how about I give you, $2,500 and that covers you. You got your $1,400, and then you take, $1,100 for your commission.
Well, so with the numbers that I've been toying with right now, close to 3%, he'd be at 5,000. So I was thinking 5. And that's another question I've got. Do I pay 3% off of the loan that we sub to, or 3% of the listing price? Like where?
Oh, it's 3% of what's left on the loan. So what I always suggest with sub twos is you want to come in and say, hey, I'm not going to give you anything. I'm going to just take over your loan for you. So Richard will incentivize them to, by giving them a little bit of money. Usually it's part of their equity. I like to start at nothing because you don't know how hungry they are to get out of that loan. So the really hungry ones are the ones that it's the day that they're being foreclosed on. They'll agree to everything because they don't want their credit to blow up. So sometimes you wait till the last minute.
So how do because the realtor, he's just kind of being very controlling of everything.
They always are. That's their job. 100% their job.
Just have to present an offer, make him present an offer because he's legally has to.
Nope, nothing. Okay, so everybody thinks that, and it's true, but he can also say, oh, I never get that call. So we don't worry about being confrontational with the realtor ever. Like we always agree with everything they say, even if we don't agree. Like, oh yeah, good point. Okay, yeah, absolutely. We want them on our side because they're holding the keys to the kingdom. They have a contract with the seller to be their representation, and so we want them on our side. So in this situation, he's 11,000 behind.
He's technically he's 8,000 behind, but plus the 1,400. So I was going to try and say, hey, can we come down to 3%, help you out, and then in that 3%, we'll be able to put 1,700 in the seller's pocket, and then therefore, if the seller decides to pay you the 1,400, he can go about it that way.
Let's make it just a tiny bit more painful for them, and just say nothing. Like we'll come in and just take over the loan. No realty. We're not going to talk about realty, commission, anything to start with. That's where we want to anchor everything. Then anything you do from there is you being a good guy and you're helping them out. Okay. So in any negotiation, and again, every single person that puts their house on the there's not a person ever that has put their house on the MLS or with a realtor and said, "Hey, I want to make sure that we do it right at fair market value." You know, everybody puts it up for 30 grand above or 20 grand above, or they want to start high because they want to have someplace to go. Because we're definitely going to have someplace to go. You know what I mean? Because nobody is going to just be like, "Oh, cool, I'll pay that," and move on. It doesn't happen. So plan for that. So you're doing the same thing in reverse, where you're just going to come in and offer nothing. Like, "Hey, I will take over this loan. I'll get you out of your situation." But then you have reason to come up just a little bit if you need to incentivize them to take your deal.
Yeah, how do I? What would you say? Because
Well,
what's
let's call him.
incentivizing to the guy?
Do you want to call him?
I can. He said he was going to call me any moment because I
Okay.
texted him asking for the. Yeah, so I should have talked to you before I sent this text, but I said, "Good morning. I noticed the difference between the numbers you provided and the ones my software is showing. To ensure accuracy and make everything smooth and straightforward for closing, would you be able to provide a recent mortgage statement? This will help us verify the exact payoff amount and avoid any last minute surprises."
Okay, that's fine. Don't tell them your secrets. You have secrets. The secrets are that you know what's going on.
He sniffed me out pretty quick in the call. He's like, he just straight up, "Are you a wholesaler?" Like he sniffed me out way too quick.
That's fine. That's fine. But he doesn't know how much you know. So never tip your hat. Like, you never want people to know what you know.
Okay.
Playing dumb is one of the greatest things you can do in any negotiation. I tend to play dumb my entire life to the point where I'm not sure if I'm playing. But yeah, you just the quieter you are in a negotiation, the more information you're going to get out of him. And so it's cool that you're good. Like, you're going to be doing 100 of these, so don't worry about it. This is your training ground.
He is calling.
Let's do it. Offer nothing.
Okay. Hey, this is Dakota.
Hey, Dakota, it's Alfredo here, Better Homes and Gardens.
Hey, Alfredo. How's your morning going?
Not too bad. I mean, yeah, now I'm sharing a lot of information that you really would be privy to. Most situations, I was probably to go. Stuff I don't have. I'm just going off based on what the other person that was buying it shared with me about the. I mean, as well, the VA, they were very general with me. The sellers kind of shared with me, I picked up the interest rate about 4.5. I picked up the payoffs approximately, I believe, 167 or so. As a few days, has to balance. I can't remember, like 1,300 a month. 1,300 a I know about 81.
Hey, Dakota. I don't know if if he can hear us. I can't hear anything. Can you turn off your noise suppression? Did he mute himself?
Yeah, he cut off. He cut out.
Yeah, I know. I think it's his noise suppression is taking over.
Oh, I know that problem.
Okay, this is kind of quiet. Here, we're going to step away from. Hey, Dakota, we can't hear you at all. Dakota, can you hear me? Okay, I think he muted us too, so he can listen to him. Let's go ahead and move on to somebody else, and we'll come back to him and hear what happened. Okay, Leah's on fire right now. She's so excited. What's up, Leah?
Okay. Well, I just wanted to touch base with you. So I just finished the walkthrough on that hotel, and
Oh, you went over there.
yeah, I'm here. I'm here right now.
Oh, sick.
I-
Did you
I
stay there?
haven't. No, we just drove up this morning, but I haven't had like the conversation with them about the terms. So I just wanted to kind of get your insight on this. So I sent you yesterday via email the P&L for 2023, as well as the list of renovations that have been completed. I put it all together in a folder so that when you open the email, it should be all the information should be in one spot. I'm going to
Okay.
follow up with an email that has the additional renovations and things that were not listed in the packets that I just collected while we were doing the walkthrough.
Okay.
The one main
You're not
thing.
going to make any offers while you're there
Okay.
yet. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's because you want it to be intelligent. You know what I mean? You want to really walk around this thing. So
Totally. I just wanted, I'm trying to get my finger on what's going on with the mortgage. So I said, hey, I'm just going to, throw some stuff together, analyze what you guys shared with me, and then maybe we can have a private conversation just to talk about terms and what it is that you guys are actually
Perfect.
looking for.
no, good.
Okay. So one main thing, well, there's two major things that are happening with this hotel that I think would maybe deter a buyer from following through.
Okay.
So the river runs underneath the building.
Okay.
And
Has for how long?
always from the beginning.
Okay.
So it runs directly under the building, and they have had 3 floods in the last 7 years, including last year. The basement has everything is elevated about 1.5 feet off of the concrete floor. It's
Okay.
granite, actually. It's granite. So flooding is a very real thing, but they installed a sub pump, so just as quickly as the water's coming in, they're able to get it out. It
Okay.
sounds like it's a very
And really,
manageable situation.
Yeah, it's an insurance thing too. I mean, more than
Yeah,
anything.
exactly. Exactly. The other thing is that there's actually 3 floors to this hotel. First floor is, well, obviously basement. First floor is lobby, banquet area, tavern. Second floor is 11 rooms that are able to be rented that have been renovated. Maybe not to the best of their ability. If you wanted to throw
Okay.
some money at it, you could, but you don't have to. The
Charming?
third floor,
Not charming. Charming?
it is charming. It's like, it's quaint. It's cute. It's not a Holiday Inn. It's very like small
Okay.
town, rustic, hardwood
bed and
floors.
breakfast.
Yep, exactly. Third floor is, it's in rough shape. It's
Okay.
that would be an overhaul by whoever purchased the property. It would be probably a $2 million renovation to get the hotel initially had, I think, 62 rooms that they could run at capacity, but they were like bunks, like hostel style, one room,
gotcha.
no bathroom. So they have renovated the property. They've put bathrooms into some of the rooms. They've connected some of the rooms. The rates are like very reasonable, I think, for a small town hotel. What I find most intriguing is that there is a consistent stream of tourism and consumption in the town. So whether it's snowmobiling, skiing, summer
Oh,
months,
good.
it's, summer months, it's like everybody's here in the summer. And then in the fall, obviously for the foliage. So the business has the ability to sustain, whereas like some places that maintain off of tourist industry, there's an off season at the beginning of the year and at the end of the year. So this has some pretty consistent flow.
Yeah.
I think, it's very charming. They've put a lot of love and a lot of work into it. There's
Gotcha.
okay, so
I'm getting that you don't love it.
I do love it. I
Okay.
do love it. I do love it. Yeah, I do love it. I just think like I'm just trying to think of it from an investor's point of view, right? Sure, it's a turnkey property. It's working. Money's flowing. It has outstanding potential. They do weddings and birthday parties. They have a pavilion in the back. They rebuilt, like they put a whole pavilion with a concrete slab and canvas tarping with heating, the whole thing. It has a lot of potential. I'm just worried about what an investor would actually think.
Well, that's the beauty, is that's why you find a hotel investor.
Yeah.
Because they can walk into it and in a second. I mean, from the paperwork we're going to send them, they'll know in a hot second. They'll be like, okay, no thanks. Or they'll be like, holy crap, this is awesome.
Oh, okay. So I did take a video of the upstairs, the third floor, where it's all like exposed plaster and lath. And
take as many videos as you can.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to do one full consistent walkthrough, basement, first and second floor, and then I'll send you what I have for the third floor.
Yeah, you don't have to go the whole time. Do it in pieces. Like go into the kitchen, because if you have different ones, then it's easier to edit.
Okay, great.
Otherwise, we have to search through the whole thing.
Okay, perfect. Are there any questions that I should be asking specifically to get the answers that I'm looking for?
I think it's just gonna happen as you go along, because you're trying to get their motivation still, right? We know that they're older and they're just kind of over it. Be super concerned about the river underneath. You're like, oh, so it flood. Oh, poo-poo a lot of the things. Like, oh, that third floor, geez, like that's hey, what do you guys think it's gonna cost?
So what they did was they did spray foam on the ceiling of the second floor and the floor of the third floor. So it's basically the first and second floor are completely contained. The third floor is completely separate from, and it's there used to be a stairwell back in the day to access the third floor, but now it's like a vertical step ladder through a hatch. Yep. Okay. So like if someone was going to come in and do the third floor renovation, it would really be
a big time renovation.
Yep. It does have a commercial kitchen. Everything in it is like fairly new, gently used.
Everything was beautiful. I mean, they like those pictures. That was a kitchen that was cared about because they covered up the burners. They, you could tell that they care.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay,
I'm dying to see the videos. That's great. Yeah, and so just be don't put it on 0.5 because that'll make every room look bigger. Keep it on just the regular. And just get as much video as you can. Show the river. Show as much as we can. Like act like you're putting it together for showing somebody else, like a buyer. Yeah. That's what we're gonna do.
Okay. Perfect. I'm assuming you haven't sent any of this information to anybody yet.
Not yet. I'm slowly talking to him about it. I'm letting him know that what I do now, because he's used to me being the production side of everything. Because I did a lot of shoots for them as well. Okay. But I'm softballing it for now. I just like to. Perfect. I want him to get interested before I just jam it down his throat.
Absolutely. Okay. Great. Okay, I'll keep you updated.
I'm psyched you're there. That's dedication. You're so awesome. That's so great.
Thanks, Trent. I'll keep you posted. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, later. All right, the Max. What's going on?
Hi, Trent. How are you?
What's the latest? What's new?
So, I have not yet been able to reach the cat odor house.
Oh gosh, okay. Hey, and hammer
Um,
the phones, you guys. Like, don't be afraid to really bug people. I've got a
Yeah.
lot of people that are like, "Oh, I haven't heard back from the realtor yet." No. You don't wait to hear back. You call them. You be proactive, okay?
I
Because
am.
yeah, so just stay proactive at all costs. Always, always,
Yeah.
always. Okay, but
The-
they're just kind of dodging you.
No, I think it's because they're on the court hearing today. Because he
Oh,
said
are they?
like today's the court hearing, yeah. And the
Oh,
thing
okay.
is, I made a mistake though. I forgot to ask him for his personal number because last time I called the official number and I directly reached him, and
Yeah.
this I don't reach anybody. Nobody picks up. So
Okay.
probably, yeah, it's probably forwarded or something to the
Yeah, it could be. Well, and if they're, I mean, so the realtor's going to court with the, or they're just
I don't
nobody's
know
talking.
actually. Well,
That
she's
doesn't make
about,
any sense.
yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But he said
It's a
today
dedicated
she will
realtor.
be leaving the house. She's like, "Are you moving out?" So maybe he's there. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, don't be afraid to bug them.
Yeah, I will definitely call again.
You are always feel like you're the solution to their problem, and that way it's a
Yeah.
lot easier. Then you don't feel like you're trying to get something out of them.
Okay, but he's definitely like when I call the number, I definitely come out of like into like a head center or something because it's
Right?
like asking me to push some numbers. Like if you want to call,
Did he ever
a
call you?
realtor.
Did he
No.
ever call you? Did he ever text you at all?
Oh wait, did he? Text me? He didn't, but I'm thinking if he called me.
Yeah, double
Yeah.
check and see like when he might have called you. That might be a good number too for him. That might be
Yeah,
his.
true.
All
True.
right.
But also I have a question. Do you know where to? I have batch leads, right? And I was typing in a property, and I can't find the mortgage. It doesn't say anything about the mortgage.
Sometimes that
And
happens.
yeah,
Sometimes they
how
just
do
don't have that information.
how do I find that out? Because I asked the realtor, and she
Give
was
me
like,
the
"Yeah,
address.
that's too personal."
I'll do it in prop stream. See if it's in there. DM me the address
Okay, hold on. I am sending it to you right now.
for the
So
same
you can.
property, or it's a different property, right?
It's a different one. It's a different one.
Okay.
I'm also not sure about the numbers, if it's a good deal or not.
Okay. The best way to tell is if you go, "Wow."
What do you mean? Is that a good wow or a bad wow?
You want it, well, exactly. So you want a good wow. If you get a good wow, then you're like, "Oh, these are good numbers." You can kind of tell from far away sometimes. So like it rents for
I hope it's a good
16.
wow.
It rents for 1,600 and it's 250. So the 1% rule doesn't really work there because if it was 2,500, then
Yeah.
you'd be like, "Wow, that's great." But let me just check.
Okay.
So you want to see if they have a mortgage?
Yeah.
Let's see. They do. It's 3%. They
Oh.
they owe a little. So it's the loan amount was 205 and they owe 190. So you're in a good spot there
Ah.
because they only have about $15,000 in equity, and
Okay.
they're going to have to pay most of that to their realtor,
Oh, wow.
right?
Okay, so they have two. Can you say that again? Like they have, how much do they have?
It's they owe 190,
190,
and the loan was 205. But
205.
again, they think it's worth 250. Okay.
Yeah.
So in their mind, they've got $50,000 in equity. But
Ah.
that's let's see, when did they buy it?
Uh-huh.
They bought it in 2021. So
Okay.
I can kind of guarantee it didn't go up $50,000 in
Yeah.
4 years. Well, now 5 years, I guess.
Mhm.
And then if you look at that, my favorite little map on Zillow,
Hmm.
you can kind of see what places around it are. And I
Mhm.
see 2 doors down, it's 209, 256 right next door, but a way bigger lot.
Mhm.
85. So they're in the ballpark. I don't think they're hugely overpriced, but
Mhm.
as usual, they probably went about 25 over what it should be.
Okay. Well, she said that they're probably flexible for negotiation, and it's also a
Love
divorce sale. Yeah,
Oh, those are all good things.
yeah. And
Okay.
it's the ex-husband that's still living there, and he's ready to move out whenever they get an offer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So So they've got a great loan. So don't let them know you know that, but that's
Yeah, of course.
it's a VA loan.
Yeah.
So sometimes
That's the thing she told me.
sometimes that's a little bit hard,
Okay.
but you should be, no, definitely the approach on this one is just taking over the loan. That's where
Yeah,
you want to
right?
start. That's where you
So
want to
it's
start.
so it's a seller's finance with taking over the mortgage? No? Okay.
Sub two, so subject to the
Ah,
existing mortgage. Subject
okay.
to the existing mortgage. I'd like to come in and just take over your loan that's where you're going for. But get to know them better, understand how contentious the divorce is, all that stuff, and just be like, hey, I'm the type of buyer that I can come in and just solve your problem and just get you out of the house.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to really get anything because the realtor's going to take everything.
Hmm.
That 6%. I mean, if they got their purchase price, which is 250, 6% of 250 is right around 18,000, right?
Right
Maybe.
around, I guess.
Yes.
Maybe. Yeah.
17, 18,000. So there's a lot of money going to be spent, and so you need to just kind of get in the head of the realtor and just say, hey, you're going to be the one that gets everything here. The sellers aren't going to get anything. So let's work together and try to make this work for them so they can get out of it and move on with their life.
That's a good idea. But she also told me that there's a new law in the States. I think we talked about this before, that she has to by contract make the buyer pay her commission, and that's around 3%. And she's going to send me
Yeah,
that contract.
right. I'd love to see it. Send it to me because I don't think
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah,
In
she
fact-
didn't send it to me yet. Wow, she was just lying to my face. That's amazing.
Oh yeah, they'll do that
Wow.
because people think, yeah. So it's a good possibility. I haven't heard that. What state?
Yeah.
We're in
That's
Ohio?
Ohio, yeah, Dayton, Ohio.
I don't think it's true, but research it. Go on Google and say, do I have to have a buyer's agent in Ohio? Is that a law?
Yeah.
Just Google that and see what happens.
Okay. But would you say that generally that would be an interesting sub 2 deal?
Absolutely.
For
Yeah.
buy-
But you want to go in just taking over the loan. That's when it's a deal.
Okay. All right.
Okay. All right.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. You bet. Oh, we lost Dakota. Where'd Dakota go? Let's see. There's Dakota. Hang on, guys. Let's go back to Dakota real quick. Dakota.
Now? Okay.
Now it is. How are you?
I don't know what happened. That sucked. But
How'd it go? How'd the call go? You went on for a while, so that's good.
yeah, well, he was just kind of running back and forth with me. He's guessing that the mortgage is almost double what I had in my numbers, and he was just very confused because the person before me got this house under contract, but it didn't go through because they were just doing a regular loan assumption, and I'm trying to tell him that we're doing something like that, but completely different, and so I'm kind of just walking him through it.
Okay.
But he ended up just saying, "Fine, I'll try and get you a recent mortgage statement." So I'm gonna just go from there. And then I brought up the fact that he mentioned yesterday that the house was needing he thinks it would need 30,000 in rehab before a roof.
Oh, really?
Should probably ask him what the roof looks like because I thought the roof looked fine, and then I'm thinking the rehab.
Well, you don't know when those pictures were taken, so your information could be 10 years old. You never know.
I think he said they were I'll double check that.
You never know, and that's one of the best questions to ask. Is like, hey, like when you call a realtor, you guys, that's a great opening question. Hey, when were these pictures taken?
Right.
Because a lot of times they'll say, oh, there's renters in there, so we can't get you pictures now. and renters that have been in for 5 years can really hammer a place. So
Yeah, I put 2,500 on rehab. I think it just needs a piece of paint, and then it just needs some weird odds and ends like the
wait,
fake
so
plates
you're
or
saying
like the
2,500, but what is he saying?
He's saying 30,000, but he's said
Well, you
he's got
trust
like 20
him.
properties. Well, he's got properties that he rents out like really high.
Okay, let me. Is it more advantageous for you to have 2,500?
Well, yeah, I'm going with him. I was going with him. I'm like,
Okay.
well, you were saying 30,000 yesterday, and then he
Okay,
clarified
good.
again.
Good.
He's
I
like,
just
yeah,
wanted to make
30,000
sure,
before roof.
negotiation-wise, negotiation-wise, you want to agree with him because that helps you.
Right.
Reality-wise, if it's 2,500, you're loving life. Okay, good. You're on.
Yes.
We're on the same page. Good.
So I'm just gonna go from there. He thought I was buying all cash. He was all sorts of confused.
Okay. Nope. And that's a realtor. Welcome to real. They're just getting so many offers. They're getting so many things going on. They're not organized. They're trying to figure it out. It's a mess. So use that to your advantage. Because you can also, at any time, you can say, well, you said, and even if you
Yeah.
didn't, because he won't remember.
I didn't. I said I want to shoot him an offer, make an offer, but I can't without any of the numbers because
Okay, good.
so.
When a lot of
Now let's
people,
put that.
have a hard time when we start asking about the mortgage. So you're way ahead. That's good that he's even talking about it.
Cool. All right. Thank you.
Killed it. Well done. Miles, what's going on?
Mr. Trent,
Hey, what's going on?
I have a couple questions for you.
All right.
So this is my first week in the actual program.
Awesome.
I might have a deal and I need help. Do you know anything about Texas contracts?
Yep.
Okay. So I tried getting in contact with you yesterday and the day before. I always come in at the last moment before someone comes in. I get on stage and then boom, your
all
time's
over.
done. I'm like, So then I go out into the hangouts. I then stay in there for hours on end, make calls.
Okay, you're doing the right thing. Good. You're doing everything right.
Well, I mean, I want to make sure whenever I try some, I put 100% in, right? I've made a couple friends here. Demo Man has helped me out.
He's the best.
Hussein.
Jason's awesome. Yep.
I love the community so far, but back
Good.
onto the problem.
Yep.
So I talked to Jeff A, the group leader, right?
Yep.
And he said I found a great deal, like
Okay.
$60K assignment fee.
Okay. First of all, hey, let me stop you right there. Don't figure your assignment fee until you find a buyer. Okay.
Okay.
It's nice. I'm a maniac about that because if it comes in at $5,000 and you were expecting 60, you're gonna feel like this is such a ripoff. But if you're expecting $500 and it comes in at $5,000, you're gonna be like, wow. Or if you're expecting nothing. So we don't know what the assignment fee is until the buyer buys it. Okay. And so I want to manage everybody's expectations in that regard. The fact is, when's the last time you made $5,000 for just making some phone calls? Right?
Never.
So I just want to keep all that in perspective because there's money to be made here.
Okay.
But I don't want you guys to get disappointed that like, wait a minute, he told me $60,000. That's oh man, I only made $5 or
Right.
whatever. Okay, sorry, I digress. So tell me what the issue is.
So the
And I love your
contract
office.
that
You've got a great office.
my office is amazing. I'm on my bed. That's how awesome it is. I wake up, sit up, go on my laptop, look up deals, make phone calls on my bed. When I'm done, close my computer, go to sleep.
That is hold my hand wholesale just wrapped up. You're just making money
Right
just-
there.
All you have to do is lean up. Don't even get out of bed.
Exactly. I put
Well
on a new
done.
shirt this morning. That's about it.
Wow, you and
I know.
you're on
I know.
fire.
So, the contract apparently in Texas state law,
Yep.
they have to have the EMD 3 days after we sign the contract.
Yep.
Also, they have something called an option fee, which is more or less, to my understanding, like the inspection period, right?
It's kind of like the EMD. Yeah, it's that's true. So that's fact.
Okay.
How much are they asking for that?
The EMD, Jeff was saying it was 1%, so it's 2150, and the option is 250, coming together at 2400.
Yeah. Pretty that's Texas.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So far everything's
Kosher.
standard.
But again, know that the EMD is due 3 days after inspection. Okay? So that's what we want
Okay.
because we're asking for 10 business days or more if we can get 15 business days, but 10 business days inspection period. In that time, that's when we sell the deal. So you're
Okay.
never getting the EMD. The 250, you might have to pay that because it's Texas.
250.
Oh yeah. Well, you made money. Forgot.
So he's being a real stickler, a real pain in the behind about not changing it from 7 days to 7 business days. Is there any way I can kind of coerce him? I think that's the word, to be able to change that to business.
Just here's the greatest line that I use constantly, and you can just who does he think you are? Are you just a guy, or are you an acquisitions guy?
He thinks I'm acquisition.
Okay, acquisitions.
Acquisition. Sorry.
Where are you from?
Texas.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I could tell by the accent.
My accent kind of gets in the way of me saying certain words. That's why when I'm on phone calls, I have my phone call voice.
But it doesn't. In Texas, it doesn't. You got.
When I was talking to the Texas realtor, he thought I was a local. He thought I was right down the street.
He knows what's up. So, what was I going to say? We were talking about acquisitions. Okay, so you're an acquisitions
He thinks I'm
manager.
acquisition manager.
So what I always say is, oh, I'm really sorry. It's our policy. 10 business days is our policy. So when you refer to something as your policy, for whatever reason, people are like, oh, it's your policy? Okay, well, I understand. Okay, so if you make something your policy, it's not your policy. It's just what you're saying. But make it your policy. And then people are like, oh, okay, well, it is your policy. So, I understand. It helps a little bit because you're saying there's nothing I can do.
Right. Okay.
And it's not personal. You're not trying to fight them. You're like, oh, I hate it too, but it's our policy. So
it's a rule.
It's a rule.
Okay.
It's our policy. I wish I didn't have to deal with it. I hate it too. I wish it was 7 business days. As much as you can agree with a realtor, that's when you're going to make a friend. Because and that's what Anson, the 12-year-old, Anson blames everything on his lender. Like, oh, my lender won't let me do that. My lender will only let me offer this much because he looked at the property and my lender said this. So now it's you and the realtor against this lender that is somewhere. And so you end up teaming up with the realtor trying to convince the lender into doing this deal.
Right.
Okay. Now I'm going to beat you up. How good a deal? Is this a deal that if you had the money in your bank account, you wouldn't hesitate to put your money towards this deal?
Here's where my inexperience comes in. I would say yes right now. If I had the money, I would.
Tell me why.
Because
tell me on it.
It's been on the market for 200 days. Turnkey property.
Great.
Most it needs is like a new stove. God forbid a new stove.
God forbid.
We talked him down to I believe asking, like, this is where my inexperience comes in. He's asking for 250. It's been on market for 200 and something days. We got him down to 215. We negotiated a little bit.
Okay.
But the comps in the area.
He put it up higher than he expected to get, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you negotiated him down to maybe retail. Okay, go on.
The comps in the area are showing that everything is selling for maybe 425 and above.
Okay.
Everything's also selling pretty quick in this area as well. So that's why I would say I would just bite the bullet if I had the cash right now.
Okay. So, it's been on market for 200 days. There's something going on. Have you
Mhm.
figured out, do you know the motivation of the seller?
I do not. All he told me is he just wants it gone. It has a new foundation. The roof has been done maybe 3 years ago. The HVAC is somewhat new. I think it's like 3 to 4 years old.
Okay.
Um,
Can
there's
you
no
DM me,
mold like another house.
DM me the address?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Of course.
Let me just look because there's something going on. We don't know what it is. The very most important thing, since you're new, that you can find out during your chats with the realtor is why they're selling. I'm gonna assume that this is part of 20 linked properties. I bet these guys own a lot.
Linked properties. What do you mean?
So in PropStream,
What
do you have
does that mean?
PropStream?
No, sir. I use PropWire.
Okay, in PropStream, there's a little tab called linked properties, and it's all the properties these guys own. And sometimes,
Oh, I'm so sorry. I lied to you. It's been on for 92 days. I was confusing
Okay,
it with this
so that-
other property I have.
okay, that's cool. And somebody in the chat has a solution for Texas. Let's see what that means. What does that mean?
I just sent you the address in your DM, sir.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna come up here. I want to see what you're talking about. The solution for Texas. Let's see. Message request, Miles, accept. Miles,
He's feeding the kids.
your picture does not look the same as you look.
So I'm in a group with friends, obviously, and it's Steve Harvey crying. I had to put it on. It's it's something that makes me giggle.
That's awesome.
All my friend groups have a picture that's similar to that one, so we all
Awesome.
just laugh about it.
Well, I'm just shocked you have friends. That's great. What part of Texas are you?
So I no longer live in Texas. I'm currently in Florida. I just finished pilot training or pilot
nice.
school.
Commercial or
And
what do you do?
so I have my licenses to fly commercial, but I have to get my hours, and to get hours, I need a little bit of cash. So this is one of the ways where I can make a little bit of cash and still pay for rent.
Perfect. Okay, I was wrong. 3 linked properties. They only own 3 other things. And they're all paid off, and they're all under 400,000. Okay, so let me see what we got here. This one is paid off. So, are you thinking seller finance for these guys?
What does seller finance mean?
Okay,
Sorry,
good.
I'm brand new. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's awesome. So, when somebody owns their house completely, they can be the bank. So, I own a house, and you and I come to terms, and I say, you know what? If you pay me $1,000 a month, I'll let you have my house. But do me a favor, in 7 years, I want it paid off completely. Okay?
They want a balloon.
They want a balloon.
I remember hearing about this, the balloon. So
Yeah.
what the balloon is let's say you agree on a price. Let's just say $100,000
Okay.
over 10 years. They want a payment of $500, and the very last payment they want a lump sum.
Perfect. Yes. You got it. Feels so good when something makes sense, right?
It does. I like when the pieces connect, when the puzzle pieces come together.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's so funny. My favorite term in entire all of real estate is FSBO. Do you know what that is?
Finance.
Nope.
I don't. No, never mind.
The simplest term ever. For sale by owner. FSBO.
Ah,
Right? It sounds so much cooler though. FSBO sounds like you're gonna FSBO me. That's awesome. Okay, great. Okay, so with these guys, there's a potential that they will want to, and it's good that it's been on for 90 days. So in this situation, here's what we do. And what did Jeff tell you? Did he tell you to go for seller finance on this or no?
he didn't. He
Okay.
didn't say anything about seller finance.
So here's the idea. We're going to go in and we're going to offer way less than what they want. Okay, where are they at? They're at 215. You said.
Yes, sir.
We're going to come in and say, "Hey, I'd like to give you a cash offer at 165," and they'll be
Okay.
like, "You dirty, rotten human being! Why would you? You know, they're not going to like that." And you're going to say, "Well, you know, I think it needs a little bit of work." It doesn't, right? Let me double check. I haven't looked at it on Zillow. Sorry. Hold on. And so you're
I
going
mean,
to
from my inexperienced eyes, it just needed a stove.
Okay, that's right. It needs, or what was it? For crying out loud, or for God's sakes?
God forbid.
God forbid it needs it. I love it. You're awesome. Yeah. So we're gonna say it needs updating. Okay. So
Okay.
because that's just a nice term to say that you know, it's just a little bit behind the times. And so you really feel like, you know, to get it in rental ready shape, you want to put in like 40 grand on this, and that's why you're offering so low. Because because you really feel like it needs that to come up to date and bring it into the world of 2025. Your monthly payment, monthly rents are $22.40, which is really right in line. Okay, here's another little fun fact for new guys. If it rents for $22.40 and you can get it for $220,000, that's a good deal. Just simple math. Like if you can get it for 1%, if your rent is 1% of the purchase price. So it's just one of those 30,000 feet looking down at it. It's 200 and you're thinking 215,000 is where you're anchored right now. And if it rents for $2,200 a month, that's really good. You can then do all your numbers and you'll see that it is really good. So we're going to come in and we're going to say 165, right? As a cash deal. He's going to hate your guts.
Mhm.
He's going to think you're not even Texan. He's like, okay, you're one of those.
Yeah.
It's like you're from.
He's gonna think I'm from Austin.
He's gonna be like, "What's your deal? You from New York?" And so you're gonna say, I really believe that it's gonna need a ton of updating to make it so I can get some renters in there. Plus, it needs a stove for goodness.
Yeah. God forbid it needs a new stove.
God forbid it needs a new stove. And then he's gonna say no, and you're gonna say, "Well, let me think about this. We were at 215, right? That's right. Is that where you've kind of landed with him?"
Yes, sir. 250. I tried because I learned about MAO, right? It's ARV times 0.7 or 0.65. What I learned is you start at 0.65, but you don't go above 0.7.
Okay.
So I started at 197, I think it comes out.
70%, right? Of what it is.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So everybody understands.
So I started out at the 0.65. We worked our way. He wouldn't go past the 0.7 point. So we just stuck it there.
Okay.
And he just really won't move from that.
Okay.
So we were like, okay.
Okay. So you're going to come in and you go, "You know what? I was just thinking about this and I heard about this." You're going to play dumb. "I heard about this and, in order to get him 215 and then go, well, no, you know what? Let's go 220. I could give him 220 if he would be willing to take a set of payments." And so now you're you're coming in with a higher offer than what they were asking for. And you could even go 220 because we already know it rents for 2,200, which is still, so you could say 220. So it's like, oh wow, I could go 220. If you'd be interested, would that incentivize him to take a set of payments? And it's a great term, incentivize him to take a set of payments. Richard says it all the time. And the realtor's going to be like, oh, okay, so that is a way that he could get more than what he's asking for, more than what we just landed on at the 215. And then you can say, and you can even tell me what you would want monthly, and I'll work out the numbers and try to get that for him. But more than likely, I could get him probably $500 or $600 a month over 7 years. And at the end of that 7 years, I would balloon him out with the full amount. And with that, that extra 5-10 grand, whatever you decide on, that we're offering now. And that's how you go to seller finance. You can go even higher if you're but do it when you sense that he's going to push back, that it's not something that he's interested in. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And having them decide what they want as a monthly payment is awesome, because it could be way less than what you were going to offer. And so, like, hey, what does he need monthly to make this work? Because they might say $1,000, and then you look into it and try to figure it out. You got $2,200 to play with. You got to figure out, taxes and insurance, but it might work out. And then it will cash flow positive. So now the next step is to sell that. And so now we're trying to sell something to a buyer, and we're saying, hey, if you buy this, you're going to make $500 a month. So who doesn't want that? That's an insane.
Right. Who doesn't want an extra 500?
Right, for putting their money. I mean, so
okay. And if I dispo that into Buy Box Cartel, they wouldn't have any problem with that, right?
No, and if you want to, we can JV, and I can help you walk it through. I've got a form, and I'm going to put this form in the chat, but we've put out this form for the last couple months, and what we've been getting is a lot of really, really, really terrible, horrible deals, and a lot of people are just sending me their address. But the fact that you went through the whole process with me, I know this has got potential. And so once you get it under contract with the guy, you can send it to us, and we're going to help you walk it through the buy box part of it, because we know everybody.
Okay.
I've got a whole set of Filipinos that know the set of Filipinos that Richard has. And
right.
And so it's such an easy way to get things through. Marilyn's in my she's on my team. And so we're being really picky about who we're letting send in things. So I want you to send it in on that form, because you have a potential deal, but I want you to talk to him, and let's try to get your contract. And if you want me to help you call him, I can totally do that. That's fine. But I think you've got or do you want to call him right now?
That's actually what I was just about to tell you. So me and my brother moved out together. We are living together. He's been doing this for about a month longer than I have, and he was like, get into this right now, Miles. Get in. So I was like, okay. So we've been researching. This is actually his deal, but
steal it from him.
He's really stage fright. He doesn't like talking on stage. So I'm kind of like his voice.
Let's get him. No, get him on camera right now.
Ozzy!
Yeah, no, absolutely. Older or younger brother?
Younger brother.
Okay.
He's about a year younger than me.
Let's rock him.
Ozzy, Mr. Trent wants to talk to you.
His name's Austin?
You're a little stage fright, so he wants to talk to you about the deal. Yes, sir. His name's Austin. I took the mic off.
Yellow.
Are you guys sharing the same bed?
Yeah, we're definitely
That's
he's
awesome.
in the next room over.
He's in the next room over. I thought you guys were staying in the same room.
He was.
Austin, hey.
Yes, sir.
How are you, sir?
I don't know. I'm like indifferent right now.
I'm a little indifferent. I've never met somebody that was indifferent. So, your brother
for
says
many things.
your brother says you don't like making phone calls.
It's not that he doesn't like making phone calls. He doesn't like coming into the Discord and asking questions.
Yeah, so many
He's
people.
scared of y'all.
Good. Awesome. Okay. So, first of all, boo. How scary is that, right? Okay. I'm pretty sure you're over being scared now.
I think so.
The most important thing you can do is communicate with people in the Discord. And I want you to be on camera. I want you to come in as much as you can, especially between 8 and 10 in the morning with me. We're going to get you over that because everybody has that. You're not unique. Okay. It's kind of, when I first started, I didn't want to get on here. I hated it. And now for some reason I'm a group leader and I'm doing this stuff. So it's really important for you to get on and you ask questions because you sound like you're the brains behind this. Is that pretty much the truth? Because I'm a little brother and my big brother thinks he's smarter than I am and he's not. Right?
I'll admit this right now. I'm definitely not smarter than him. He knows his stuff. I'm kind of more of the brawn work.
Okay.
Like before we started doing the Discord, I was the one that figured out all the contracts because I wrote up all my own contracts for my PSAs, my assignments, my double closing.
Awesome.
I wrote up all the contracts, but he's the guy that talks to people and gets them done.
Oh, good. Okay, great. So on this deal, you know this deal pretty well, the 215, the one in Austin?
Yeah, it has the option period, has pretty much everything. The AMV is good. It's over 400,000, and it has all the bells and whistles. It's just the actual contract itself is the only thing that we are having issues with.
Okay. And so we just worked out a whole strategy. He's going to call and he's going to work seller finance, okay? Because
Okay.
this is begging for it. So he's going to come in with a low cash offer, and then he's going to come in with a little bit higher seller finance offer. I want you to do the numbers for him and make sure that, I think you could go see if it would work at the asking price of 250. Okay, Austin? Run the numbers at 250 because if that's something that incentivizes them to sell, I think you're still going to cash flow positive.
Okay.
Okay?
I've been
So-
thinking smart than the fucking man.
So you can even because that's going to be his yes. Like he can't complain about they already price cut 15K, right?
Yeah, the price for 15K exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I was listening to 65, and now yeah, you're right.
Hey, move your microphone closer to Austin. I can't really hear him. I feel like
Here,
you're
put
sitting
on
on it. Oh, you were sitting on it. Okay. That's why it filled.
I disconnected my headset because so that way he could hear, but
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I,
All right, we should be good now.
Oh, good. Perfect. So are you doing all these numbers by hand? You're not doing them on a computer?
I do it by hand. Also, I do it by a computer. I'll just do it on my phone so I can get it a lot faster.
Good. No, that means you get it. So you understand what's going on. That's awesome.
Perfect notes.
So I think that's going to be what you guys end up doing. Sorry
Okay.
about that. So tell me what you're thinking right now, what your numbers are. Walk me through it verbally just so we can understand your thoughts.
Because I know about obviously the cash offer mindset.
Yeah.
So with the
We're-
with the creative offer, I
And
am
we're-
a little bit new.
No problem. So we were thinking 160, right? For a cash offer. And we want him
Okay.
to say no to that.
Right.
But then I think you can come in. I don't like to offer too much, but if we can get a 7 or an 8 year balloon, you could easily say to the 250. You could come in at their asking price. Even though you've knocked them down to 215. Because that's going to turn their head. They're going to be like, "Wait a minute, what? We could get what we want?"
Right. I always hear Richard talk about that, but I never knew how it actually worked in real life scenario. So all I
Right.
would really say is just I can do 160 cash. Obviously, you want hear or no, and then I can also revert back to say, all right, I understand that part. So let's do this. I can give you a cash price at 250. Only thing is, it'll be
No, not cash.
six.
So
Yeah,
so-
not cash. Yeah, not cash.
So you're going to give them an offer, and don't ever say seller finance ever. This is going to be something that you just thought of. We're gonna act a
Mhm.
little bit and be like, hey, you know what I was thinking, and I've heard this happen before, but what do you think about your asking price at 250? Even though we've already agreed that 215 is probably our price, but just to incentivize your seller to take a set of payments. And then we'll balloon him. We'll pay him out. Don't say balloon because it makes it sound like you know what you're talking about. Then we'll pay him out in 8 years. Is that
Okay.
something you guys would consider? And the reason we're going 8 years is we like the balloon to be as big as possible. We're not mentioning an interest rate because it's going to be 0 if we don't mention it. Okay. And so we're paying no interest, which is awesome.
Right. Okay. That's perfect. That's easy. I've seen it
Yeah.
happen many times, so that's
Well,
perfect. So
you
how would
you have to go through it to really understand it, because then when you're talking to the realtor, you'll see why there would be objections, and you can kind of talk back to them.
Okay. So one thing is he was curious about the he didn't want to do like a 7 business day inspection period or option
Right.
period. I remember that.
Yeah, we
So
talked about it, and they've got the thing in Texas where you have to do an option. You have to pay for an option. If
yeah, I think
it's
like through,
if you guys get a good enough deal under contract, I can help you guys out with the option fee, and then we'll JV.
thank you. Yes. Ah,
Okay.
well,
The other property?
possibly.
Okay.
Yeah, we can definitely figure something out. I appreciate you.
Because we also have a second property that they won't do unless we JV with it.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, let's see if
And
they're
that
still.
one we kind of threw under the bus because we're like, we don't have anyone to JV with.
You got me. I'll be your JV because you guys are solid.
Awesome.
The fact that you're not fighting with each other is awesome. I can't do that when
That's
I'm
the
around
thing,
my
yeah.
brother. Yeah, I have to fight with him.
Hey, don't worry, we fight still. Don't worry. Ain't no bells
Okay,
and whistles
good.
over here.
Okay, good.
Mr. Trent, I have a question. This whole
Thanks,
seller
Austin.
finance thing, right? It's brand new to me. How the hell do you make money off of this seller finance thing?
Okay, good.
Because with
0%
the
I'm gonna. I'll point it out to you real quick. If you
Okay.
go on your computer and you do an amortization schedule, okay?
big words over here.
Hear how you say amortization with a Texas accent.
Amortization. That's the best way I could say it.
Oh, I've got a 15-year-old that says amortization. That's so you're doing just
That's about as well as I sounded.
okay. So when you bring up an amortization schedule, and I should probably share my screen on this one. The amount of money you don't pay if you're not paying interest is ridiculous, because any loan you're going to pay a lot of interest up front. So let's just say a 6%, like going right now, 6.5% on this loan, which is, let's call it $250,000. Okay. And I'm going to look it up. Okay. And I'll share my screen with you guys. I really want everybody to understand this, because this is probably the most important thing to see why I'm such a freak about not paying interest. And it's because I'm greedy, 100%. So be ready for that.
Oh, me and Ozzy both are a bunch of fucking goblins over here.
Oh, okay. And we don't cuss in my
Oh, I'm so sorry,
no
sir.
worries.
We're a bunch of goblins.
You didn't know. You didn't know. Okay, so are you seeing my
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, so we're going to go in here and we're going to go 250, okay? So it's 250,000, right? The for just fun, it's a general rule is 30 years is what a loan amount is. 30 years, which is 360 months. So let's say an interest rate at 6.5, which is kind of the going rate right now. Okay, we calculate that. Right here it says monthly payment is $1,500. Okay, without looking down, how much do you think you're paying per month in interest?
6.5. Let's see.
Just in interest, how much do you think? Because we're
I
paying
don't know, maybe like
$1,500 towards our loan. Ready? Check out this.
my guess would be for like $500. Oh, 200. Oh,
Nope.
1,300.
Yeah. That is the right reaction. All you're putting towards your loan is $226 every month. Okay? When you're paying 6%, 6.5% interest. Okay? And then now, if you pay 0% interest, look how much goes to your principal each month. Oh, wait, hold on. I don't know why that's not right. That's way better than I thought. 30-year loan with 0% interest. Yeah, it wants an interest. Well, that's not right, but that's not the way it should be. Let me just see what 1%.
Owen says change loan term to same monthly payment.
So monthly. So, I mean, here's a great. So, oh, okay, yeah, that does make sense. I'm sorry, that totally makes sense. Okay, so look, even if we did 1% interest, okay, we're paying $200 a month. But right now the interest rate is literally 6.5%, and so you're paying monthly $1,350 in interest. That's money you never see again. Okay, and so that's why I like. See how it says 0%, Trent? That's why I like 0%.
So that's where the 0% comes from.
Right, because 0% interest is what we were paying. Okay, makes sense. Hopefully
Yes,
that helps anybody that's in the Discord. Okay, so your next job is to call that realtor. Okay.
Okay.
And if you want to do it on the live,
so you want to do it on the live?
I guess so.
okay, send him a
I haven't
text.
talked to the guy, so Austin's going to be the one to talk to him.
Okay, and so yeah, jump on. Let's call him and just. Austin, you get what we're doing?
Yeah.
Oh, he can't hear me, can he?
See what the cast offer, and then hey, I think I just thought about this. How about this? We do 250, and I can give you all that.
Here, I'll tell you what. Hey, Ozzy.
Yeah.
Austin, wrap your head around it. I'm gonna pull up some other people real quick. Wrap your head around it. Get your numbers in front of you, so when you're talking to them, and you're gonna play dumb, which I think it's pretty easy for both of you to do.
What?
You trying to say
I
something
want to
about
say
Texas?
something when I can. I want to say something when I can, but you know what? I respectfully will agree with you. All right, how about that?
Okay, go. So get yourself in order, and then we'll give the realtor a call. So just wave to me. I'm gonna keep your camera up. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Okay, bro. Okay. Your fan. What's up?
Trent, how are you? Just trying to turn on my camera. Give me 1 second.
Perfect. Thanks.
Cool.
Hey,
good to
what's
see me.
going on? How are you?
Good. I've joined a few weeks back, and I've been tuning into your live. It's been super helpful.
Good.
Talked to realtors this week, a few of them. Got in
Excellent.
touch with. Actually, DM'd you this property in Durham, North Carolina. It was like yesterday, actually.
Yep.
Yesterday.
And yours is your fan. Looking for it right now. Hang on. And you've called the realtor already?
Yeah, so I did. So it turns out I got a lot of information from the realtor. She was super nice.
Oh,
The
good.
property's been on it for like over 90 days, so it's been on there for a while. It needs a lot of work. So it turns out that the person who's selling the property inherited it from a parent who passed away.
Okay.
And the property itself is listed for 210,000. But after talking to the realtor, it had a lot of problems and like it needed a new roof. She
Okay,
said there were
good.
some structural problems that they found. I guess the person who had it before built a additional dwelling unit that wasn't registered or certified that probably needs to be like destroyed if someone buys it. The floors were sagging, so there's a lot of stuff that needed to happen to the house.
Okay,
Um,
I'm not seeing the DM that you sent. Can you
Oh,
resend it
yeah.
just so I can look at it? These are all good problems. Like the more problems, the better because we're problem solvers. Okay.
Exactly.
And so the beauty is this is a headache for them. Okay. And so go into this knowing that it's a headache.
And it turns out they have obviously full equity, so they own the property.
Perfect.
I did ask them. I just inquired about seller financing, and she said, "Yeah, no, they would prefer cash, a quick
Okay.
close, and
So
preferably
in the
no
future,
inspection."
right in the future, let's not even tell them that word with realtors.
Yeah.
Even though it's what we're going to do, what we want to do is we want to approach it as, okay, hey, like, let's try to figure out how to make this easier. And is it how many heirs are there? Two? You said?
One
Who owns
actually.
the
I think. Yeah.
Oh, just one? Okay.
Mhm.
So something you could say is like, it sounds like it would be something that they could rent out, but it's kind of destroyed. So maybe I could come up with a way of getting them at least something towards that would be equal to a rental income. So they could feel like, they're not just sitting on a hunk of junk that's not making them any money. And then you say we can do this through a set of payments, but I'm going to have to put a ton of money into this place to get it, up to snuff and all that stuff. So, we'd love to kind of partner with you and kind of, my part would be bringing in all the rehab. So potentially you could come in, or a buyer that we get could just come in and do the rehab and own half the house. That's a way of doing it. But it's the whole point is we're trying to solve their problem.
Mhm.
And if we can show them that they could get a little bit of rental income without doing any work, they might be pretty happy. So that's still seller financing.
Yep.
But it doesn't sound like it. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm. Makes sense.
So-
Makes sense.
More than anything, it sounds like we're solving the problem.
I think the interesting thing about this was it seems like there's a empty lot next to the property that they also owned and inherited. That lot isn't on sale yet, but it looks like as for the realtor, it's going to be on sale in like a couple of weeks or a few weeks. They're trying to work out some legal stuff.
Okay.
What she was saying is some people had looked at the house. One looked at maybe renovating it. Again, given how much work is needed, it seems like maybe they won't. There was another person who was looking into the house with the potential of actually destroying the house because there's a lot next to it, making it into a duplex or something, multifamily.
Yep, absolutely. So that's
Yeah.
500. The address 500 is the vacant land, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And they're saying the estimated value is 36,000 for that.
Mhm. She was saying 70, 90. Obviously, that's way high, but she's
Yeah.
obviously a real estate agent too.
They always will. Okay, so and they definitely don't have a mortgage on 511, right? Let's see. No, they do have a mortgage.
Do they on 511?
Wait, hold on. I'm under the wrong thing. That's fine. Nope. Okay, property details. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, they don't have it. And what are they thinking it's worth?
So they've listed it for 210. She said they're open to offers.
Okay.
Given all the work that's needed, I was like, that sounds like a lot of stuff, like the foundation, the sagging floors, the roof. Like it's like so I was like, what? Like, she said we're open to offers. You know, she was nice about it, but I think she understood that there's a lot of work and maybe 210 is not really expected.
Okay, good. So
I dumped it to Buy Box, and I think Buy Box was I went to the cash offer, and it was because there's no like 3 1s in the area, exactly like this house. I looked at 3 2s that were renovated, and it was giving me an offer of like 135.
yeah, I would go lower just to be more
Okay.
offensive. And
Mhm.
just say like, I'm figuring it needs about $50,000 worth of work. It might
Mhm.
not, but I like to overestimate on that because that's where your margin is. And it gives you a reason to kind of go really low. And so the reason we go really low is we want to anchor their brain into the fact that that's not really worth this much. And usually inherited properties, people don't feel like they're worth that much. Just weird. Like it's almost like a piece of junk that they have to deal with. And so, and especially since it's kind of gross inside and there's a lot of storage stuff that's hanging out in there, and they don't want to have to clean it out. And so all these things are things that you're happy to take care of for them. Hey, I'll take care of that. I'll do that. So this is a great seller finance, but it's got to be presented in the right way.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
And so
So you're taking anchor low on the cash offer, and then also pitch the seller finance as another option.
right. Without saying seller finance, it's you want to base it as if they were to rent this place out, it would get this much. I could offer half of that because it's going to need renovations and stuff, or a third of that, or whatever you decide. Would they even entertain something like that? And it's almost like they're renting the place but not having to do any of the work. I'll take care of everything. I'll take care of tenants. I'll take care of the whole thing. And so essentially you're doing seller finance, but you're not saying it's seller finance.
Interesting.
So it's
And
got-
someone
you
would
gotta-
take over a property, like if I were to assign this to someone, they would actually do that, where they would need to dump
Sure.
like 30,000-40,000 property and seller and do that.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, all the time.
I think
That's what these investors do. And a lot of investors like to, because they'll do it and hang on to it, because it will pull in 1608 a month is what they're saying the rent is.
Yeah.
So if you were to offer 500 a month or 400 a month, so letting them know that there's a lot of work that needs to be done, and so I can't really give you a full, I can't give you exactly what it would rent for, but I'll give you a pretty big percentage of it, which is $500 a month.
Mm.
And it's just kind of easing into it so people have a reason to say yes.
Makes sense. And should the other lot play any role in this discussion? Yeah.
Okay, so just as an example, I just helped somebody out 2 days ago on the 7th. They were losing their house.
Mhm.
They had a lot that was right next door to it that was part of the property, but it's an entirely separate lot. It's like lot 15, lot 16. The lot was worth a substantial amount of money, but it was kind of ignored. So you're talking about in this situation, I would say throw the lot into it. Like say, hey, and then you could throw that lot in there too. I could take care of that all in one fell swoop and we could get it done. So you want that lot because it's just free money. And if they just think of it as like, oh, that's that side lot, you never know. And so you want to kind of poo-poo everything the best you can. A lot of people will come in and go, oh, it's such a beautiful place. And you got that lot next door. Oh, that's probably worth a lot. And you don't want to say any of that. You just want to poo-poo everything.
So if like what about offering whatever they want with the lot included, would that make sense? Or is that still
Yeah.
too high?
I think so. I mean, that lot is good because now you've got a double lot. You could, if you wanted to, take the whole place down, or you could turn that into a really nice backyard. You can, there's a lot that can, but also you could put a whole nother house on it
Exactly.
that's zoned for that.
Mm.
So that's got value
Interesting.
for sure.
Yeah, I think they had said they're trying to separate the sewers and stuff, which means that they are making it so that it can be zoned for another house, it seems so.
Yeah, and Jalen in the chat is helping you out. What would you propose? Something like this: we pay the list price of $125. Let's see, is she talking about this one for real? Let's see. Is that what the list price was? Oh no. Oh, that's the wrong one. But do you see what she wrote in here?
Yep.
That's a good template for what we're talking about.
Interesting. This sounds great. Okay, I'm gonna give it a shot, and I'll let you know how it goes tomorrow once I talk to
Okay,
you.
awesome. No, and the key to all this is have fun with it. Nothing is
Yeah.
life or death here at all. Have fun, and just be a problem solver. You're coming in to help somebody out. Think of any time that you've had a problem and somebody else came in and was like, "Well, what if you do this and this?" And then I could, and you're like, "Oh crap, I didn't even think of that." This is somebody who's inherited this, so it could go either way. They could be totally attached to it and love it, and it's where they grew up and it's where they had all their childhood memories, or they could be like, "Oh, such a pain. I can't believe I have to deal with this."
Yeah.
So you've got to find out. That's why when we make the phone calls, we want to get as much information about these people as possible and what their motivation for selling is. But you were good because you found out that it's, that it was somebody died and it's somebody else is getting it and all that stuff. So that's huge.
Awesome. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.
You bet.
Thanks so much.
Take it easy. All right, Swift Reaper. Are you in your car?
Yeah, I'm in my truck still.
We always catch you in your truck. How's everything going?
Things are going okay. How are you doing today?
I'm excellent.
So, as you know, we were talking to Nicole about those 5 properties. So yesterday, you told me to just drop the deadline price at $200K, which is what I did.
Okay.
And then I leaned it towards the lender being the issue, and it came to, we had another conversation last night, so it seems like the only time I can reach her is about 9 p.m. her time, around 6 or 5 p.m. my time.
Okay.
So she picked up, and then she was like, yeah, no, and then she started to badmouth the lender on the phone, which was like, okay, good, this works for me. That builds the report that I wanted.
Good, right?
Like,
that's awesome.
My buyers aren't going to take that price under any circumstances. And I'm like, that's perfectly fine. Like, what else you got on the docket that might be like off market, on market? And she's like, I potentially have 4 off market properties that if you can come in somewhere between 240, 250, I can give them to you right now.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, you are just proving everything that we've talked about. Dude, you've come so far in like 3 days. It's insane. Like you haven't been doing this very long.
No, I'm kind of like part-timing this in a nutshell. So like I mentioned, I think on the first time we talked, I spend my nights looking for deals or making calls. Like even last night after I talked to Nicole, I went looking for more deals until my girlfriend was like, you need to take care of yourself, eat dinner, yada, yada. And then I was like, okay, I made 2 calls, left 2 voicemails. I got to give these guys a call back today at some point. But so I got her potentially sending me those properties, and she said there's some other documents for rehab and stuff that she's going to send as well with those 4. So I'll touch base with her sometime today so I've already sent her a text message this morning just reminding her. Like, I'm not opposed to being up in somebody's face and be like, hey, you told me you were going to do this. Let's going. I'm okay with that because like speed is like the whole thing for me. When it comes down to this, then they think it's like, hey, this is an urgent thing. We got to get this deal on the road so we can get it sold, get moved on. And then that helps know that I'm interested. Right now, I know nothing about these Section 8s because I'm like going through this Discord and stuff, trying to figure out how this works. And I'm like seeing not very much information on how to approach this, how to find the ARV, how to find the buying price. I understand that rehabs in the ARV in the Section 8s can't be over $4,000, but the only reason I'm bringing that up is because when I go looking for these properties or any properties at all, because I'm still using Zillow, I haven't used PropStream or Batch Leads or anything like that.
Okay.
And all I'm finding is newly renovated homes. Like I checked out Texas yesterday. I checked out Atlanta, Ohio, Cleveland. I've checked out where were we? Connecticut is where I've gone through, and I'm checking out all these places. A lot of these places are there's like next to nothing for rehab, and then I don't know anything.
Okay. That's okay.
So,
like newly renovated is great. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, absolutely. So are you saying that you're looking at newly renovated for your ARV or ones to do as deals?
So that's where I'm at, because like I'm trying to find the deal for the cash fix and flip. I don't know
Okay.
much Section 8. I haven't looked into any of that. I can't. The info that Discord has is very limited on it, even with the link to the page to go through the whole step-by-step process of that. And then I know enough about how to sell the seller's finance from
Okay.
listening, popping in on the lives and getting that conversation going. But I don't know how to get the deals working, how to run the numbers in, because everybody's got a different screen, like the one you just showed, of how to get
Sure.
all that information. So it's like really confusing. No,
Oh, it's overwhelming. 100%. It is
Yeah.
completely overwhelming. But again, it's a learned, just like, I mean, you do masonry, right? Is that correct? Do
yeah,
I
that's
remember?
I did roofing before that.
But remember the first time you laid any tiles on a roof, and there's another guy that was just going dunk dunk dunk, and he was just getting right through it, and you're like, holy crap, I got to put this here.
So that's
Yeah.
the thing with me. Like, this might be the ADHD or the autism, but like, I need to know the reason why, or I can't move forward.
That
I
is
can't
not
that
that-
until
that- totally reasonable. 100%. I'm the same way.
because if
Give
I
me
can
the water.
just a little bit more, it
Absolutely.
literally adds all the connections, and I can connect every past experience I've had in my life that helps me make this sale. Like I
Perfect.
mentioned, I think on the second time we got into a live, like I try to incorporate what I know about buying and selling businesses, how to get board of directors going, connect the right people, everything like that. And I try to use that sales pitch, even some of the cold call experience I have with some of the network marketing stuff that and I'm bringing all that into this.
That's how it's streamed. Absolutely, and you should, because that's the whole point. Is you're older, you've got a ton of experience. You're bringing so much more to the table than a 12-year-old or a 15-year-old, because they don't have that life experience part of it. And so
No. Frustrating thing for me is when I see that, I'm just like, how is it they're finding these deals? What am I doing wrong? What am I missing? Like, where's that puzzle?
I'll tell you exactly what it is. They have zero fear. They've got nothing on the line. They've got nothing else. There's no other distractions. They're not trying to make a living. They're not trying to take care of their kids or their girlfriend or whatever it is.
Yeah.
They have zero distractions. So you're good. You're exactly where you should be. Do me a favor, DM me, because I want to help you personally on these. Okay?
Okay.
So DM me your phone number, and we're going to talk, because you're on the precipice of killing it. And so I want to make sure that you get through it.
All right.
Because I mean, you're incredibly unique, and I don't think you realize it. But you've got folks.
Okay, I realize it. I don't necessarily believe it, only because I hear it so much that it's like, okay, I believe 50% of what you hear, and maybe 10% of it is really true, right?
Well,
and that's just life experience teaching me that.
Absolutely. Well, you trust me. You're unique, and there's something special there, and I want to make sure that we take advantage of it. And it's
I
purely
want to take advantage of it too. I want to figure out what's special, and I want to use that to my advantage, and I want to get this going.
We're doing it. We're going to do it. Not even a question. Seriously, you've got. It's gonna be awesome. And it's purely selfish on my part, because I want to JV with you, so I'm going to be making money too. We're going to make money together.
All right.
No question.
All right.
Your name again? It's Brand. No, what's your name? First name?
My first name's Tyler.
Tyler. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, my Swift Reaper's been my game handle for almost freaking 3 decades.
Yeah.
So
I had a feeling, little Call of Duty going on there.
No, I played a little bit, not big into that. It's more RPG games, because and the reason and like anime, so isekais and stuff. So my brain works in the same sense of, hey, I got to level up, I got to build the skill sets, I got to do this to become better, increase attack intelligence, etc., etc. And so my brain just works that same pattern with life.
Well, and what's so cool is when we take Canada as the 51st state, like we're going to be,
See, that's just another thing. My brain's well aware of that, because I'm like, pardon my language, but like there is so much opportunity to wholesale even here, and I'm just, the second I saw this, I was like, how can I do this in Canada while doing this in the States? my brain was already on that path, and it's like, okay, how can I make this work? What are the regulations in Canada? What's going on in the States? How can if I can make one deal work first in the States, I know I can find a way and a solution to make this work up here, even
Right.
if freaking the
No
US
question.
and Canada connect.
No question at all.
So my brain's just trying to do that. And then I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, we got a kid over in Singapore. He's 12 years old. I'm like, how can I get this going over there? Like, is he looking at that angle
What
yet?
you're going to do, the way to be successful is to just laser focus. You got 5 properties. We're focused
Okay.
on that.
Get
This
linear.
is our
Okay.
level up. So we got to do this level first. And then
Yeah,
we'll level up.
that's fair.
No question.
That's
no
fair.
question.
I think long term too much, and I get it distracts me.
Oh.
That's a fair point.
No, absolutely. We're going to be laser focused. That's all you need, and you'll be a freaking rock star. Not even a question. Because you
All
already
right.
landed, like you already did the right thing. It didn't work out, and you said, "Well, what else you got?" And she's like, "Oh, well, I've got these, and they're off market." Hello, yes, please. That's what we want.
Yeah.
That's the golden goose right there.
Yeah.
Killing it.
So with that, after that conversation I had with Nicole, it kind of made me realize, okay, I got to start looking and see what I can find off market deals, join stuff on Facebook, take a page out of Trevor's book there or Richard's book, get on Facebook, go to the marketplaces, check out US.
Let's do
these
first
things
step first. You're
First
doing it
step.
again. You're looking 40 miles down the road.
Shit, I'm sorry. My brain just goes that fast. Okay.
But that's great. It's great. You've built businesses. You know what's up. You're a businessman. We're going to get this done. No question.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time. I just wanted to give you an update, and I'll keep you posted on anything else that
Okay,
happens.
sweet.
Okay.
Okay, bro.
Thank you very much for your time.
Okay, later. Antonio.
Hey man, I've seen your DM earlier, a couple hours ago now. This live has been going for a couple hours now. So
Here you are. I see you.
yeah, so I'm looking at this property. I need to follow up with a real estate agent.
Good that you're in that state. I mean, nobody's up there, so it's perfect. Like, I love that you're looking there.
Yeah, so they have an awesome mortgage, 2.9%
Oh,
on 655,000, and also it's 12-unit property. The thing is, 4 of the units, so it's 12 unit, but 4 of the units are vacant right now.
okay.
I need to figure out why, because the first initial call I had with the agent, it was very brief. She was going into a, I guess, open house or something, so we couldn't stay on the phone too long. But she sent me the rent roll, which I forwarded to you, and the 12-month income statement.
Okay.
So even as is, the property brings in like $8,000 a month, and the mortgage is $3,500. But plus they have maybe around $400,000 in equity from what they're asking for, 1.8, 1.08.
Yeah.
So another thing is, so
Yeah. They want
So
a
not-
paycheck.
so another thing is, obviously it's gonna be a wrap, I guess, or a hybrid, right?
Okay.
Where you're gonna take over the mortgage just because that's the deal. The mortgage rate is the deal. So just a couple questions I have before I make the follow-up call with her. So obviously her commission, if it's 3%, is like $30K, right?
Yeah.
So how we go about that? That's one thing.
The
And,
beauty
you
is
know-
the seller pays that.
Yeah.
You-
But if you do
the buyer doesn't pay that, so the seller pays that.
sure, but if we do take over the mortgage and also sell our finance to them, so
Okay, so that's a hybrid. Have you looked into hybrids?
yep.
Okay, so
So what's
I'm
the
not-
difference? What's the difference between a wrap and a hybrid?
I don't know.
Or is it the
Because I
same
haven't-
thing?
I haven't done a wrap. It could be the same thing, but
Okay.
you got my I'll always tell you when I don't know.
Yeah.
Pace Morby calls them wraps. I think that's where people get that term from.
Oh,
Sorry,
really?
incorrect, but that's
Oh, good.
yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Sergeant.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know. Okay, so here's the deal. I mean, first of all, cool property, like really cool looking. But they're going to want a paycheck. So, do you know? Have you talked to them at all? And why are they selling?
I just hop on the call with her. It was 1 minute, and she told me, I asked her, the condition of the property and have they rented out for, the units and how much, we can get. Well, and she's like, I'm gonna send you the rent roll, give me a call after that. So just yesterday. So I need to follow up with her again.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So we want to delve a little bit deeper. Okay. So I want you to make another phone call to her and just be like, okay, yeah, you sent me everything. I'm just kind of curious. Like, it seems like these are pretty solid properties. I mean, you're saying it's cash flowing how much?
At least 3,000 with tax and insurance and everything, like 3,000 a month right now.
Cash flows because the rents are 7.
Yeah. So it's 4 of them are vacant. So there's the whole point. So only 8 of them are rented out, and still cash flows.
Yes.
And imagine
Okay.
if all of them are rented out for, it's gonna be 6,000-7,000 cash flow a month.
Okay. So right now it isn't though. So that's
Right now it isn't.
So that's part of their pain point.
Yeah.
So we want to find why they're doing this. Like, we really want to, because you can't solve a problem if you don't know what the problem is. You know what I'm saying? And so when you call her back, just be like, hey, I'm kind of interested in this. Does she think you're an acquisition manager, or are you an investor?
Buyer. Yeah.
Okay. So, and it looks like the whole area is pretty cool. Golly, I love this state. I mean, that's a great place to be. So let me just see something here. What's around there? Okay, that's kind of interesting. So I go to that second map on Zillow just to kind of see what the neighborhood's like. And that would be by far the most expensive property in the neighborhood. So we got to figure out that, because I'm looking, everything around looks like single families, but like maybe in the 400s. Okay, so that's not horrible, because this is probably the same as about 3 of those. Okay. So value-wise, just from a bird's eye view, it seems like there's good value. Did they mention at all any kind of if they felt they were overpriced, or she just sent you everything? You haven't really talked to her.
Yeah, I haven't talked to her much just because she didn't have much time. She's like, I'm gonna send you, because I asked her, about the units, are they rented out? She's like, I'm gonna send you the rent roll and take a look. He's gonna tell you more. Then.
And the questions you want to ask is everything, like what I'm seeing on Zillow is a pristine, like these are complete, like rehabbed apartments. Is the entire thing like this? That's what you want to know.
Okay.
Because those 4 might be hammered and you just don't know it yet. So we really want to know the quality or the condition of what's going on for sure. And find out that why are they selling this if it's cash flowing $3,000 a month? I wouldn't think you would. Now, are you figuring $3,000 a month if it's fully rented out, or it is?
As is. So I've sent you the rent rolls in the 12 month. Yeah, you can see. So it's like $8,000, and on PropStream you can take a look. It's 655,000 they have. So they have equity. That's why it's cash flowing.
That's where.
That's why it's cash flowing. If you give them the seller finance, it's not going to cash flow for us. But it still might be a good deal if you get it for cheap, or if you rent out the other 4 units, which you're going to.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so in this whole game, we don't want to ever assume anything. We want to always be like, okay, it's at the not 5 units, or the other 4 units aren't rented out. Okay, yeah, make those phone calls and check back in, because that's going to give you a lot more information on where you want to be and how you want to approach it, for sure.
Got it. So what do you think was going to be the approach on this one? Is going to be like a hybrid? And
we don't know yet.
Take off the mortgage, or
it's going to have to be a hybrid if you go seller finance, because you have to pay off the mortgage. Like, the mortgage has to be paid off as well. So you're going to be doing 2 different loans. You're doing the seller finance part of it, which is paying them a certain amount just for their equity,
mortgage,
and you have to pay the mortgage.
No, but I'm saying it's not gonna be a DSCR. It's not gonna be a cash deal, because it's.
I mean, you could make it a cash deal if you wanted to, if you get it low enough. You know what I mean?
800,000. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe go for
750.
them.
750.
Yeah.
Yeah, go low. Go. And that's the other thing for everybody in the Discord. Let's start going low on these properties, guys. We got to sell these. I mean, it's not if you're buying and holding it and living in it, it's one thing. But we've got to sell these, and we got to talk somebody else into buying this. And so we've got to get them low. They've got to be ridiculous deals. They've been on market for 28 days, so they're not hurting in that regard.
Yeah.
But yeah, find out more information and just be interested and just let them talk because they will.
I can make the phone call right now if you want.
Yeah, let's do it. Absolutely. That'd be awesome. And do me a favor, turn off your noise suppression. Do you know how to do that?
So I've heard you follow a couple people through the instructions, but please do it again for me.
So it's down. See that green video button on the left-hand side at the bottom?
It says video.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see it.
And then there's video connected to the right of that. There's like 5 lines that are, just click on that and it will turn off your noise suppression.
Okay, so it says, I clicked on it, it says noise suppression and it has the green check mark. Is that good or bad?
Let me see.
Should it be X or should it be green?
It should be X'd out.
X. Okay, it's X now. Okay.
Perfect. Cool. Oh yeah, I guess you have to turn that little button. Okay. We'll be quiet.
Can you hear the ringing or no?
Yep, we can hear it.
Hey Jenny, we spoke yesterday briefly about your property here at 110 West Oak Street, the 12plex. So yeah, I took a look at the numbers here real quick, so I can see that you only have 8 of the units are rented out, right? And 4 are vacant.
Correct.
So what's going on with those? What's the condition of those? Why are they not rented out?
Right. It's got a management company that's not prioritizing.
So the management.
I think that, if you bought them and you self-managed, or you had a different management company in place, I think they would be rented.
So the management company is the issue, you're saying?
Yes.
Got it. Okay, why they're selling? It looks like they're cash flowing even as it is right now, from what I'm seeing. So
Different things.
got it. Okay, so basically, I guess you guys want the full price on this one. How what's the game plan for this one? You haven't been on the market too long, only 28 days, as I can see.
Yeah, I mean, I would say if you're making an offer, then are you an agent or?
I'm a buyer, and also I'm actually, I'm a mortgage broker, but I also have some, couple investors that I work with, so we can, find the buyer for that one. But I'm just curious because it looks like it's cash flowing already, so that was the main concern. And I mean, I can see that there's so many photos, but are all the unrented units, are they in a good condition, same as the other ones?
Yeah, the pictures are of the vacant units. Yeah, they're all ready.
Got it. Okay, I'll take a look. I guess I'll figure out what's gonna be a good offer for us. I'm gonna shoot you a message. And are they gonna be open? Maybe because I saw that they have a very low interest rate on this one. Do you think they might be open to pay them some of the equity they own on this one and maybe take over the mortgage?
I doubt loan is the sale.
Okay, but I mean, there's a way around that if you put the property into a trust, which they're investors. I'm sure they're familiar with this.
I mean, I think that they're going to be interested in that, but you can, you want to make an offer 2 ways,
Got it.
including that can be or something.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I mean, I'm going to probably use a DSCR on this one, and I'm not sure if I can give you the whole price on this, but yeah, let's present the offers and see what happens.
And you don't do anything in Louisville.
I do not know.
And you haven't even driven by the property.
I have not, but I'm going to definitely send someone to inspect the property.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'll keep you
Sounds
posted.
good.
Thanks, Jenny.
Thank you.
Bye. So yeah, this you probably guys heard what she said. So looks like she says the management company is the issue with this one, and they're not renting it out. You muted Trent, by the way.
Oh, sorry about that. I thought I unmuted. Okay, so yeah, I think it's probably makes the most sense to go ahead and just send over an offer. Do the low cash offer, and that's it for now.
750, yeah.
Yeah, and just say, hey, best I can tell, 750 is the way to go on this one. Please let me know what the buyer says. Let's get the no that way, so we drag it out just a little bit longer, and then put together the hybrid, which we're going to find somebody in the Discord that understands hybrids better than I do, because I don't like them. But if we can turn what they owe, I want to see what their mortgage is. You said
655. 655. 655,000 on 2.9%. So that's the deal. The deal is we're taking over the mortgage.
That's where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely where it is. Okay, good. Yeah, so let's throw the cash offer first, and then work out the hybrid. Because what's their monthly payment? I'm not seeing it on my side.
$3,500 a month on the mortgage.
Okay. So if you're $3,500 a month for that, and that's $655.
Yes.
So you got $100,000 for our offer. We're offering $600. What did I say?
750. So yeah, 100.
Okay, so we have $100,000 left over that we have to sell or finance. And so with that $3,500, if we can give them $1,000 for $100,000, which is high, that might work. But then we've got to get a new manager. I mean, whoever buys it's going to have a new management company come in.
Wait. So now you're talking about the hybrid deal, right?
Right. The hybrid is going to be the $3,500 that we're paying for the mortgage, plus we have to pay
at least $1,000. Sure. Yeah.
Probably $1,000 because they're for $100,000. But again, if we can find out what their threshold is, like, hey, if we took care of the mortgage, what would you guys want monthly? Like, throw it out to them, because they might be like, oh, for what's left over. They probably will say, well, we just want to get out of it, and we want that money. But who knows? Yeah. But if you anchor them in that low price first, and then let them sit on it, because they haven't been on long enough to be desperate.
Yeah. Yep.
So this is going to be a phone call you're going to get in about 3 months. They're going to be like, hey, remember you were talking to us? So definitely not a slam dunk right now, but it's got possibilities down the road.
Yeah, just because the 4 units are vacant, so it looks like if you can rent those out, it's no brainer.
That's good property. It's cool.
Okay, cool. I'll send them an offer. Thanks, Trent.
Okay, well done. Thanks. See ya. All right, Patrick, what's going on? You're on mute, and you can't even hear me. Your headphones are off. Call you on the phone? Oh, he's on a phone call. Gotcha. Now I gotcha. Okay, E-break. We'll go to you. What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good morning. So my name's Eric. You don't have to call me E-break.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to kind of introduce myself, let you know where I'm at and stuff. So I got into wholesaling kind of this time last year, but the person that was teaching me, I was doing more of the distressed properties, trying to do driving for dollars and that kind of stuff. So, I got used to making phone calls. But where I'm at now is, so that didn't really pan out real well for me. So I like the way Richard's been pitching.
What was the problem with that? Tell me what happened there that you didn't like.
So, it was a combination of things. So a lot of it was like on my end. So I was working full-time job, family, so I was trying to make phone calls in the evening. And a lot of it was just trying to figure out how to get people to get out of their own way when they had problems and finding their solutions for them, So, I would make all 10, 15 phone calls in the afternoons on properties that I would find and try to find out their motivation while they were wanting to get rid of the property. And I never could get somebody to grab a hold of what I was trying to do to help them out of their property.
Okay,
So-
perfect. So
Yeah,
what-
so I've been on TikTok and I've been watching other people do their pitches, and so seeing that you can go on Zillow for people that actually are trying to sell their house just seemed to make a little bit more sense to me.
okay.
So where I'm at now is just trying to narrow down which ones I should call about. So, I'm going through, looking through different ones. There's just so many different ones you can look at,
There are a
There's
million, yeah.
the Section 8 and, multi-property. And, so I had found a couple, and I sent you a couple in your DM.
Okay. Have you called the
Just
realtors?
to see. So I haven't. So I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not wasting my time calling ones
Nope.
that aren't
Okay, so
going
it's
to be
just the
worth.
I want you to work the opposite way. I want you to call and see if it's worth if it's a waste of your time to check it out. Okay, so I do a 30,000 foot view of something. I see a $200,000 house and it rents for $2,000 a month. I'm like, that's one worth calling. That's it. Super simple. Then you call them, chat with them, find out the reason, because you've already done this a million times. So find out the reason they're selling.
Mhm.
Then we can decide our strategy. So we want to go
Okay.
that direction instead of finding the property, vetting the property, checking it out, making sure, cash flows, blah, 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 and then calling them and they say, oh yeah, we don't want to do that. So you're wasting more time that way. I want to find out what can I do to fix their problem? And so you want to
Right,
call
right.
the realtors first. Call the realtors first all the time. Second reason call for realtors first is they've got other listings that might be something that you're interested in. You always want to talk to them about that, especially after you've already created some kind of rapport with them. And so you want to, like, even you saw Reaper, what's his name? He called and he found somebody that had 5 things, and she even gave him a price. He's like, hey, we'll do it for this price. And you're like, holy crap, okay, that makes it easy. So really important to get to the realtors. They've got the gold, they've got all the information, and they've got other properties. So don't worry about the
That's
numbers.
what's funny is the other guy that I was working with wanted nothing to do with realtors. So it was all direct working with homeowners, and so it's a complete flip script of what I was doing before.
Right, and the realtors are your friend. It's not a bad thing. You're also getting them their commission. You're not paying their commission. The seller's paying it. So you're kind of teaming up with them, and you tell them, hey, I want to get you your commission. Let's get this done. You're their teammate, okay? But the most important thing is we got to call the realtors. We got to find out what's out there, and we want the pocket listings that haven't gone on the MLS yet, the ones that are the hot ticket, the ones that fit right in with what you're talking about when you're calling them.
Mm-hmm. So, would you look at the one that I sent you just to see, like, if I wanted to call that one today, just to?
Okay, I can already tell you want to call it because that's what we're talking about.
The 216 or 2116. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm trying to do it in my backyard too. So I'm.
No, good. That's huge. I don't know what my problem is here. Hold on just a second.
And I've got a lot of information about this one that I've already looked up. I'm trying to use the creative finance calculator. I've got PropStream. So I've got a lot of information.
But you don't know. You don't know if you're going to do seller finance. You don't know if you're doing. That's why we call. So I don't want you wasting your time on all that stuff before you even see if the realtor's into it. You know what I mean? Okay. So good price point. Let's see. And so we know they own it free and clear. So you're right that can be a part of this. Okay, I guess.
So I was thinking possibility of a rental property.
Yeah, you never know.
Section 8's really good in my area. The rental monthly rental for that property is really good.
Yeah, they've been on for 51 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's give them a call. So they're okay. Let me just point out the only thing that we found out in that discovery is that it's doesn't have a mortgage. We don't want to let the realtor know we know that because that doesn't matter.
Okay.
We want to keep anything that we know to ourselves. So now you call on it. So you know it doesn't have a mortgage. You've got a little bit of insight. That's all the insight you need to make a phone call. That's it.
So what kind of questions would I ask, though? So like I said, it's different. To me, it
Yes.
feels like it's different questions that I would ask.
So the question is, everything you're doing is to build rapport with the realtor. So all your questions are about the property, just like, hey, what's the condition? You know, how's the neighborhood? My new favorite question is, oh yeah, are these recent pictures? I'm seeing pictures on Zillow. Are those recent, or is that, you know, has there been a renter in there? Because it's funny, they kind of staged it. Did you see the pictures? They're like, oh, let's.
Yeah, I looked through the pictures. It's also missing all the appliances, so I know it's going to need appliances. So
Yeah, absolutely. But it's funny. Oh man, like the staging is hilarious. Like for the bathroom, they put one thing of soap on the sink. That's it. No shower curtain, nothing else. That's funny as crap. I think it's hilarious. So they staged it in a very simple way. So that tells me that this is a new seller, that they haven't done this before. Because the staging is a plant on a shelf, and that's it. And then, yeah. And then even in the laundry room, they put 2 pictures up on that shelf. It's kind of hilarious. Okay, but that's cool.
Yeah.
That's good insight, because you know it's somebody that hasn't done this before. I'm going to assume that they just they ran to Pottery Barn and grabbed a couple things and threw them in there, or Target. So,
and I get that you're saying that I'm doing everything backwards, but like when I run it through like the owner financing through like the creative calculator, even giving them their asking point for what its renting potential is, it says it's like a 20% return on cash.
good. And you know how you can tell that without having to go through all the numbers?
No.
You can 149, right? And it rents for for 1368.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So 1% means it's a deal. Like that's something we want to call on. It doesn't mean it's wham bam, we're done. It's perfect. But if you can get them down to 13 to 136, then we know that that's 1%. That's a 1% rule. That's something that people can look at quickly and see, oh, that's one to call on. So this is perfect, because you're going to offer way less to start off with. We're going to do cash deal. We're going to say probably 100,000 cash. It's offensive a little bit. I like 95 because it breaks the $100,000 bracket.
Yeah.
And the reason, and I mean, I don't even give them a reason usually, because everybody's like, well, why should I say that? On this one, you don't really have any reason. That's just what you're going to offer. They're going to hate the offer. And you could blame it on landscaping. Like, oh, I'd want to landscape that yard a little bit, so I know that I'm going to have to put some money into the backyard. Or you don't need to. It's fine. It's beautiful. And the driveway probably needs to be redone. You can blame it on that. If you need to come up with these things, it's just important to have something to say. But more importantly, we just want to know. We want to know why they went out of here. Like what?
So I did all of that with the other stuff, with like the ARVs and stuff, being able to say, okay, well, this property is distressed. It's going to need, X, Y, and Z before anybody will even look at it.
Right. And this one's not distressed, but we can act like it is.
No, it's not. Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no reason to not poo-poo it a little bit and be like, oh, because so many people come in and they're like, oh, your property's beautiful. I'm like, why are we saying that? That doesn't help. That doesn't help at all. So you don't need to compliment them. You're doing business. You're finding out what the reason is. The main thing on this first call is finding out why they're selling. That's it. That's 100% all you're trying to do. No numbers, no offers, none of it. Because if it's worthwhile, we're going to call back. And there's 2 things that happen. You get time to run your numbers, and you get credibility with the realtor. Oh, wow. They called back today. Like this is a buyer that actually called me back. Everybody else just throws a number at me. You want to be different. And building that rapport, building the rapport with the realtor is everything. Like I've called realtors and they were just finished like working out, and I'm like, oh man, you sound like you're dying there. And he's like, oh yeah, I was just doing sit-ups. I'm like, oh, it's so good to get exercise every day and whatever. I don't care
Talking
about it.
to actual homeowners, you get into that too. Just homeowners are a lot harder to get to open up to you sometimes because they're like, why are you even calling me?
Right.
So talking to a realtor should be they're expecting phone calls. So
right, and they're bored sometimes. They don't get any phone calls. They want to talk. And if you get like, not to but women tend to like to chat, and so they'll chat you up all day long, and you want to find out why they're selling. Then we can solve the problem.
Okay. So I guess my main thing is, so I'm looking in the right direction at the stuff.
Absolutely, you're doing everything right. It's rinse and repeat. It's just we just got to hammer this. Like if you went on a gold hunt and you were searching for gold, you're not going to find it every single time you go out. You're on a gold hunt. This is a treasure hunt. That's the fun part about this.
Right.
Yeah. It's totally a treasure.
That was what was fun about like the driving for dollars and stuff was just, getting out in the area and seeing areas that I'd never seen before, So.
Yeah. That's the whole point. And you're going to meet people. That's the whole point. Like you get to chat with them. Do you want to try the call right now? And I can critique it? Good. You have to now. Nope, that's all I wanted to see. Let's call. For sure.
So I'm actually using my cell phone to do this with you right now. So I'm not sure
you have a computer?
Yeah. I do have a computer, but it's not set up for the Discord yet. Because I'm just now getting into this whole Discord thing.
Okay, I know it's off the hook, but next time.
This is like
but I love to have people do this live because it's uncomfortable, and I want you to be
for sure.
I want you to be uncomfortable.
I'm definitely uncomfortable. I guess I was pretty comfortable calling homeowners and stuff like that, but this is a different pitch, and I haven't worked on my pitch and all that good stuff. So.
You don't have a pitch. You're just trying to find out what's going on. There's no pitch. Do not pitch. The last thing you want to do is pitch everybody else's pitch. Be a human, get to know them, find out what's going on. The best thing in the world is if a dog barks in the background, then you're like, oh, what kind of dog you got? Boom. Rapport. Like, oh, wow, a Doberman Pinscher. That's awesome. Those scare me. When I was a kid, I got bit in the leg by one. You didn't, but it's rapport. Let's just get to know these guys. Kind of have fun with it. Be an actor a little bit and just get to know these people. Okay?
I'm with you. Yeah.
Damn, I want to get you on. I want you to do it on live. Is there any way you can log into Discord on your computer?
How much longer are you going to be on?
I will stick around. I'm supposed to leave at 10, but I'm going to stick around. So switch over your computer and then come back up.
So it's one. I'm on the East Coast, so it's one.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So I'll stay another hour because there's only one more person coming out after me, unless he comes in early. Okay, let's do this.
If you can give me time, and I will get everything swapped around to where
I'm going to leave you on stage, and then when you're ready, just wave to me. We're going to kill it.
All right.
I'm psyched.
Sounds good.
Good job. Excellent. All right, RJ, what's going on?
Hey, so I was calling this guy yesterday. He had like 1 million properties that were almost listed on Zillow for like 1,000 days.
1 million properties? He has 1 million properties? Wow.
It was probably close to 900,000. I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
My computer couldn't keep up with how many properties this dude had listed
They're just
forever on
rolling
Zillow. Yeah, and I look them all up on PropStream, and there's no mortgage on all of these properties, and they're beautiful homes in Colorado. But when I called him, he I guess I kind of got threw off, and so I hope I didn't lose him if this is a lead. But I'm calling him and just kind of going through, building some rapport. He's the agent and the seller, and it looks like he's just trying to get rid of everything. And so I was just going through, asking the regular questions, and then he says the reason why he's selling is because he has so much debt on all of these properties.
Good.
But in PropStream, I looked up like 3 of his properties in PropStream, and they said there was no mortgage.
Okay.
And so I opened up the Trust him.
Trust
okay.
him.
That's what I thought. first then like I kind of was like, oh shit, like in the middle of, sorry, oh crap, in the middle of my thing, like what do I do? And so I was like, just kind of pitched into like, well, hey, if that's an option, if you have a bunch of debt on the properties, I'd be happy to just take over the payments and make sure that things work on that. And he said that we can't do it because they're all bridge loans. And I have no idea what a bridge loan is. So I was
Okay,
just
so
kinda
bridge
like,
loan is
oh,
when
okay.
you've it's the beginning loan that, God, I'd love to see. Let's because it's bridging the gap between, oh gosh, I don't know how to explain it. They're all bridge loans. How long has he owned the properties?
That I don't know, but
So I
he
think
just,
this is more like a
yeah.
HELOC. I think he probably pulled some money out of them. Okay, and they're saying in this
Okay.
that it's a hard money loan. So I think that's where we're at, because yeah, it's to bridge one loan to the other. But I was trying to explain where you would do that. Hey, Jake, you want to come up for a second? Because it's a really interesting, because there's so many times that those happen, but I don't understand why they would have a long-term bridge loan. So it must be something. Oh, okay, no problem. Jake's working, but it probably is a situation that he needed money, and so he found a hard money lender and took a bad deal. So more than likely, they're high end.
Multiple. Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, because I was like, well, you know, I'd be happy to look at the properties that you have like a regular mortgage on or that you don't have anything on. He's like, none of those would work. He's like, I just can't do it. And they're already rented, and some of them have tenant. And so it's like, I felt bad too, because like, you know, it was like 900 something days on market with a
Yeah.
tenant in there.
900
There's
days.
a tip. Yeah. Like
Holy
a
crap.
typical end buyer or a typical retail buyer is not going to buy a property with tenants in there. And he was like, this is why it hasn't sold for so, like, he had legitimate reasons of why. He actually didn't come to me and go, it's the market, like every other realtor
Oh,
I talked to. He was like
Yeah.
genuine about like, this is why it's been so hard to sell. And you could tell, just like, I'm sure he gets a bunch of lowball calls from wholesalers. And so I just kind of threw him. I was like, well, you know, I could do, and I just like gave him like the 70% ARV typical,
Yeah.
you know, thing. And he was like, yeah, that's just not going to work. So I'm assuming, I just wanted to make
Okay,
sure,
so-
like, I guess now that answers my question, that it's just not going to be
Absolutely.
worth
So he
going
might
after.
be a guy that you want to just kind of wait and check in with and see,
Okay.
because there's going to be a point where he gives up. And
Okay.
he may be able
Cool.
to-
Well, we have a follow-up sequence in our CRM, so
Oh,
I'll
good.
just throw them in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just do it. Yeah, because it's yeah, and it's cool that he was that honest with you too. So you didn't waste any
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. You could tell he was frustrated though. I kind of feel bad for
So
him.
glad.
today.
Yeah.
I was like,
You want to, I love those,
no.
the more creative stuff, that's my favorite. Okay, cool.
Yeah. But there was that, and then I think there was one other thing I just forgot. Oh, I don't know if you'd know the answer to this, but like I ran in, like we were making phone calls again, and I ran into this kind of property manager type of dude that has a ton of leads for Airbnb arbitrage. And I was like, first off, I would love to either partner with somebody on that and like get into, because like that's kind of our not exit strategy, but we want to start going into Airbnb once we close more deals. But
Okay.
I'm like,
Why do you
can
like
you wholesale?
Why do you like Airbnb?
I out here in Colorado have connected with some pretty big Airbnb guys, and
Good,
I help them
okay.
run events and do their social media and
Okay, good.
and things
That's
like
the
that.
right
So
way to
like
do
yeah, and they're like, this guy is like one of the guys, a good friend of mine has like 30 Airbnbs here in Colorado, and I helped him
Oh.
run some events, and I almost like worked for him, but I was like, no, I want to own my own business. So I'm trying to find ways, but like he's not interested in arbitrage because he just wants to buy Airbnb subject to. So I don't know if if it's possible to either partner with somebody on something like this or wholesale those houses, because I have the one that I sent you. I'm not sure if it's going to be a deal, but he's even open to doing an Airbnb arbitrage if we can't get the hybrid deal closed. And then
Okay.
this guy in this property manager in Colorado sent me like 5 different leads for Airbnb arbitrage, and it's like, I don't. It
Okay,
doesn't
hey,
make sense that I
describe-
could
let's-
wholesale it.
Describe Airbnb arbitrage. What the difference is between just buying places, and so describe it.
Oh, sure. Yeah, so it is like where I would go, like if you were an owner of a house that was trying to rent out the house and you couldn't get tenants in the house, I'd go, hey Trent, like I've seen that you've had this house that hasn't been able to be rented. So what we can do is we can actually get you at your renting price. If you're asking for $2K a month for rent, we'll do that if you're open to us making this a short-term rental. And we're going to cash flow on it, but we'll do everything. We'll fix repairs. We will furnish the property. We would manage it on Airbnb and deal with that. But we would just pay you the $2K a month, and then we would take our knowledge and our expertise and our super hosts on Airbnb and then plug everything in and cash flow the difference between $2K and whatever we'd make on Airbnb.
Right. So you're on the hook for the rent, and that's about it, which is cool because if you rent it out 3 nights a month and that equals the rent, then you're golden. I mean, arbitrage I think is just in general awesome. Like even with retail.
Yeah. And I just don't know, because like I don't have capital to get into something like that. And I obviously I don't think it's something I would want to wholesale because
Well, I don't
even know
think you
if I would
can
make-
really wholesale somebody else's house being rented. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Yeah.
what kind of capital are you looking for? That's the question. So, because that's a situation once you get the ball rolling and you're successful at it, you really don't need the capital. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's more so just upfront costs, like holding costs for the first few months and
Right.
furnishing the property and some of that stuff. I just don't,
Because you can
and I
do it
don't
with
want to get
investors.
myself into something that,
Right, but you can get into with investors, especially if you have a good, solid, if you've got your buddies doing these events and it's real, and you can prove any kind of you have proof of concept on his side.
Yeah.
Then you'll find.
Well, that's
people.
what I originally used. Yeah, I originally used his clout, if you will, but he just isn't interested in arbitrage because the cash flow isn't as good as when he would do like subject to. So I would need someone different than this friend that I have.
No, but I mean, he's your
yeah.
proof of concept to sell to an investor. You know what I mean?
If
if you're coming to somebody like me, who I like to put money into things, and you say, okay, we're doing 16 events. From those events, this guy has gotten this many. And then I'm like, oh, well, it seems like a no-brainer. Let's roll the dice and try one, see what happens. And so then, my thing with Airbnb, I have an Airbnb in Ohio, which it's a famous YouTuber's house that we can rent out, and it rents out pretty well, but it is also, you've got to, you really have to stay on top of it. Like it's got to be your full-time job. Not even a question.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's another avenue that I was going into is like co-hosting for other people where I don't front the capital, I just front my time because this is all I do. And so like and it saves so I don't have to do Uber as much. So it's like then I could just get that. So it's like I wanted to get into something like co-hosting where I just front my time and just like help manage and set up the cleaners and be in the thing, but not necessarily fronting my capital and just taking like 20% or 15% of what someone makes as well. But again, that's something that like the friend that I have isn't looking for something like that, but it's just something that came across my table and I was like, well, I mean, might as well see
the
if
key
there's
for
something
that
here.
is being in like a ski area, but then summertime,
Colorado.
hopefully it's a ski area, mountain biking area. You want a reason for people to want to rent from you. So that's the
sure.
Yeah. So you want to be in a resorty type of area for sure. Cool idea.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, and then I texted you. I don't know if you saw my text about the hotel places. I just need to get your email so I can send you over the hotel leads.
Yeah. I'll give you my.
Yeah, I don't know, like it has the seller's information on it, and obviously I trust you, but like I don't know if like somebody else would just call the seller directly and then like.
No, I'll
there I
block
go.
it
I
out.
don't know if I need to get it
Block
under.
out. That's
Okay.
no problem. And it's
cool.
If I sent anybody I sent it to would be, you could text it to me too, but here's my email. And Marilyn's going to get mad at me because she said, don't give out your email anymore. But this is one where I need all the information. So there you go. Super hard to figure out that email. I don't know if that, did you get it?
Did you DM it to me or put it in the chat?
DM.
Okay, cool.
Because Marilyn said I can't put it in the chat anymore. She's getting mad at me.
You know what? I'll put it in the chat for you, Trent.
Oh, that's great. Thanks so much.
Just
Super helpful.
Okay. I appreciate your time, man.
Okay, take it easy. Oh boy, we got the brothers. They're freaking out over here. What's up?
I just grabbed the water. We were just on the phone with Jason, Mr. Demo Man, for about 40 minutes. He gave us a little bit of practice time to help with this call.
He is so awesome.
He really is. He's awesome. So what I'd like to
Jason,
do is
hold on. Let me bring him up. Where are you, Jason? I know you don't have your red. Where is it? Where is he?
it's going to take him his usual 3 years to unmute his mic, though. So
Awesome. That's so good that everybody knows that. That's so great. Jason, come, get on here so we can get you with these boys. Oh, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Okay, so what did he say? And I'll try to find him.
So he basically kind of gave us a little script to go off of, right?
Okay.
And Austin, you're going to be talking to him, so I want you to do the script with him.
All right. Did you change for us, Austin?
I not for you, for myself, right?
Well, and you did your hair. It looks great.
I know hack, I know everything. Got to make sure I just feel good. So I can...
Okay, good.
Oh,
smart.
So pretty much what he was telling us was he just initiated the conversation was start with the lowball cash offer, and after they say most likely they're gonna say no to the cash offer. That's the plan. And then after that cash offer, we're gonna say, hey, I've done this a couple of times last week. I first only say I can buy. No, first let me say we can do one, pay your commission. Two, we can pay on the closing cost, and we will actually be buying it at the asking price, and we have set a payment. If that works for your seller, we can definitely write something up and figure that out. And that's
okay.
Then shut up, Jason said, and then let him talk.
Yep, perfect. And just say we're doing this to incentivize you to take a set of payments. Okay. So that's the way Richard says it, and I love that. It's just so slick.
All right, so now it's the Retring call. All right, I want to call Russ. That's his
nice.
So
you guys are awesome. Jason, thanks for helping him out. That's the whole point of Hold My Hand Wholesale, guys, is we're all working together to do this, okay? It's not a competition. It's a collaboration. Oh, I love that you're stressed. That's even better. Oh, you're making my day. If you started crying right now, my entire week would be made.
Hey, Russ. Like I said, I was going to call you back. You hear me? Yeah, hey, brother. So, yeah, I just got back from my loan officer. And one thing we could do to make sure this is obviously cash flowing for us. And first, let me just say, our cash offer is going to be $150. Again, I know that's significantly lower than previously, but that's, yeah, again, I understand if that doesn't make sense. Yeah, so let me try this then. We have done this previously last week with other people. So this makes sense. First, we'll pay your realtor commission. Secondly, we'll pay the commission for the closing cost, and we'll be actually buying it at asking price, and to be a set of payments. So we're basically incentivizing you guys to take the set of payments. If that makes sense for the seller, that's what we can obviously do. Cash offer at asking price. It'll be Yeah, it will be a set of payments. Yeah, basically it would be like that. It will be I think it will be a set of payments for the property at 250. Pretty much, yes, sir. It's not gonna work. So yeah, we are looking at 0% interest, and it would be like probably around 8 to 7 years. Right. Again, it's all up to the seller. Again, I totally understand. Right. Yes, sir. All right, Russ. I appreciate you. Yes, sir. Adios.
Good job. Yeah.
You killed that. You killed it. You killed it.
Hopefully. Hopefully. Oh,
Did you?
this is stressful.
That's awesome. Miles, he killed it. How'd that feel?
Good job. Holy.
Okay, so okay, what happened to the shy guy? I thought he was gets stage fright. He killed that.
He gets stage fright in front of y'all. I guess he just overcame it in that instance and really showed who's boss. But he's over there walking around, covering his mouth like,
Right? But that's the whole point. Jason, get up here. Thank you so much for helping him out. That's so cool. Hey, you guys, the whole point of Hold My Hand Wholesale is not only the education's amazing, but it's the community. Like right now, we've got these guys. How old are you guys?
I'm 20, or I'm 21. Austin's 20. Oh, you're
Austin's
19?
20? Oh, he's 19. Good. Way to meet your brother. He's 19.
Yeah, first time meeting him, if you couldn't tell.
And then we got Demo Man, who's Jason. He's probably like 400 years old. He's super old, and he just helped these guys out because he could never figure out how to turn on his mic when he comes onto the Discord. Is your mic on? Yeah,
No.
he's like an old time movie where they didn't have any sound. He's the best, and he's always watching Wheel of Fortune. Okay. But that's the whole point of Hold My Hand Wholesale. Like, you guys, that's so great. Well done. So now we sit and wait. Go on to the next one.
Holy, that right there is an adrenaline rush. My heart is beating right now.
That's
It
the
feels like it's
best.
about to go outside of my chest.
Okay, it's either do Hold My Hand Wholesale, get that adrenaline rush, or go jump out of an airplane, right?
That's actually what got me into aviation, was jumping out of an airplane. So
Okay, perfect. Same rush.
ooh.
And he's the one
Okay,
that did
well.
it. He didn't even do it.
I know that's why I don't know why my heart is beating like this.
Awesome. Okay, good. All right, let's wait for the realtor.
Thank y'all so much. Thank all of y'all.
Absolutely. That was a blast. Okay. Have 25. You were next, and I had to go to the boys because they were so excited.
No, totally fine. I'm driving, and that was great. Congrats, guys. That was
How
a
fun
really
is
good
that?
one.
How fun is that? That's so fun. Like,
Yes.
forget about it. Like, how do we? I mean, we're so lucky to be in this. This is so fun. And stop vaping, Miles. Get rid of that. Throw that thing away. Throw it away. Just take the batteries out. Throw it away. There we go. Forever. Be done with that. Okay. Have 25.
Yes.
Tell me your name.
I'm driving.
Okay.
So that's why I don't have my
No
camera.
camera. Smart. That's
But
smart to
hey.
get in the car so you don't have to turn on your camera.
Yes,
Big
yes. So what I wanted to discuss with you is I just sent you a DM.
Okay.
I have about a couple like land deals, like vacant land, right?
Okay.
That again, I'm new to this. They're
Yeah.
priced really well, and I already talked to the agents, right?
Okay.
So I sent you this one here, but I actually have 7. So she has a portfolio.
Okay.
So one, I wanted to know how to go about it. Obviously, I want to keep it private just in case it does go through. And then
Okay. Oh, wow.
I was thinking,
Yeah.
I was thinking of
That's
obviously
not
doing
really,
cash offer.
yeah, not even like that's not only a vacant land, but it's a lot. So
Absolutely.
yeah, so it's buildable. And
Right.
what is
Right.
the what's the price tag? Let's see.
So that one in
Okay.
particular, give me 1 second. So that one it's going for 20,000.
That's what they're asking, right?
That's
And
what they're asking.
what's it look like in the area?
So
How much
I
of
spoke with. So he's the owner, right? The person who listed it, and
Okay.
they all built. I think they're called quadric, something like that. Like
Oh yeah, no, I call them fourplexes. Some people call them quadruplexes, but it's
Okay.
fourplex. That's fine.
Yes, so he's actually built a couple of fourplexes around the area, but he told me that you can build anything you want. But this is just one lot that he has available that he just doesn't, want anymore. So he's
Okay.
willing to get rid of it. So my thought process, and tell me if I'm wrong, is for an investor, right? This would be great because they have the position, one, that's buildable, and second of all, right, they can potentially do a quadplex there, right? So I don't know.
Yeah,
if there's something.
absolutely. The bad news is it's at market price, probably.
Gotcha.
Okay, so you got to find comps in the area, and I found 2 of them, 1 block over, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7 other ones in that area on Zillow that are $3,000.
Oh wow. Okay.
So what's cool about Zillow is, and I've been using it a lot lately, is just for, this isn't like official or anything, but the bird's eye view, you go down and there's a map that you see, and then you go down even further, there's a second map, and it's called the neighborhood map.
Okay.
And it's so cool because it shows you kind of the numbers in the neighborhood. Again, there's estimates, so I'm not holding them as gospel,
right?
But you can kind of get an idea. And so if this guy's like, yeah, I'll just let it go for 20 grand, you're like, yeah, I'm sure you would, because that's 4 times, 5 times, 6 times what it's worth.
Oh wow. So that was my problem. I wasn't able to find comps because obviously it's vacant land. Is there a particular filter other than just going down to the second map?
No, I just use that second map, especially for land.
Okay.
We don't do a whole lot of land just because it's confusing, but I personally own a ton of land in New Mexico, and so I kind of know land.
Gotcha. Well,
Land's kind of fun, but I mean, in this area, there's plenty of it. There's plenty of lots that are not. Yeah, you can see a bunch of them.
Okay. And then I'll send you one
Okay.
more. This is part of.
Sorry to burst your bubble. I'll always be honest with you guys.
No. Thank you, and I
Sorry.
appreciate that.
Absolutely. Okay, what else?
I just sent you another one, right? But this one's part of I guess you call it a portfolio, like 6 vacant lots.
Okay.
And that one, so that one is going for 17,000.
For all of them, or is that just one lot?
No, just one lot. That one lot.
Okay. I have a feeling we know what we're gonna find.
Right.
Right? Let's see. But again, the fact that you're thinking outside the box is the win on this, okay?
Of course.
So it's really cool that you're going. And how did you find these?
So I honestly went on Zillow, and then I was just looking at things that have been on the market for more than 90 days, and those came up, and I was like, oh wow, this is different. So obviously my wheel started turning, saying kind of like, okay, well, if it's not built, then maybe an investor would like to build on that, right? But I didn't know that. Obviously, they were at market value.
Yeah, no problem at all. Okay, so when I do, and I know you're in your car, so when I'm doing the map, let's see. So you go to the map and then you go to lot lines, and that's how it comes up with, and it puts little numbers everywhere.
Okay.
So that one's 17. Next door's 13. There's half of one for 2.6 or 2,600. There's two
Okay.
more, two lots away for 2,000. Yeah.
Okay.
So not
All right.
not amazing.
Okay.
Sorry
no
about
worries.
that.
No, that's fine. And this is good, man. And maybe, and this is something maybe that
Phone
I can
calls.
share with the. What happened? I'm sorry.
Make phone calls. Make a ton. Like call realtors. So it's good that you're
Yes.
looking online, but really the most important thing we can do is make phone calls to realtors. Second most important thing to do is let's find deals. Let's not find
Right.
things that are okay. Because to you, where do you live?
So I'm actually in Port St. Lucie, Florida.
Okay, so you're in an area where land is really expensive, and so you're
Right.
looking at it, and you're like 20 grand for a piece of land. I'd be
Literally.
the same way. In California, like
Yeah,
$20,000 land is sick. But yeah,
Okay.
nope. In Kansas City, they got a lot of land.
Yeah, no, and thank you for that. And I just want to share something that I personally been doing. It's been helping me because I
please.
also had like the whole phone, kind of like I'm scared to make the call. Is number one, I actually created a yes tracker, so I'm actually looking forward to like the no's because I celebrate the no's because I know that every no's potentially gonna lead me to a yes, right? So I'm not like bummed out about it. So I'm like, all right,
Yep.
great, I got another no. And then today for the first time I actually got I put in the chat that I actually got my first agent who pretty much told me to go kick rocks and fly a kite. He's like, yeah, lose my number, never call me again. And I was like, okay. So I was like,
That's a
all right, I
big
got that
one.
one out the way. Yeah.
That's awesome. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
well, you enjoy not having a great career, sir.
Literally.
Who would
No,
do
but
that? Good. Hey,
but
that's
thank
the right
you.
attitude. Perspective
Yeah,
is
so
everything. Perspective. That's awesome.
absolutely. So I just wanted to say thank you, and I'm always on your live, so it's very, very helpful. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, bro. Okay, Lanell or Lanel. Oh, geez, I always say these wrong. Which one is it?
Lanell.
Oh, good. I said it right.
You said it right the first time. You didn't need
I
to.
know.
Didn't need to
Dang.
change it at all.
I gotta trust myself. You have got some amazing hair. Holy
thank
crap!
you. I
That is
appreciate
awesome.
it. I got it.
You
done
do that
2 days.
yourself?
Hell no.
Okay, good. I was like, I never understand how girls can like do, and then boop, it's a ponytail,
Nah.
and you're like,
No, it's better to go get the women to do it to have them do it for you. So
so smart. Good.
cool, man. Love you lives. You're always so bubbly and happy. Just a joy.
Thanks.
So I have 2 deals. Both of them don't look like they'll go through, but I had one guy said I presented him with the offer of the seller financing, and he said he can't do it because he has a HELOC, or he must have took out a
Oh, okay.
loan on a HELOC. I didn't really understand that, so I wanted to come on here and
Hey,
ask like,
I
what's
love
going
these kind of questions because it's so dumb. HELOC, you know what it is?
home equity line of credit.
So all it is a loan that they can buy down on anytime they want to. So they've got full freedom to take it all the way down, even like the day before we close.
Yeah.
They could drain it. And so that's why we don't like them. Usually they're high interest rate. And so we want to stay away from them because they're too volatile.
Got it. So he's just in a world of hurt, I presume.
Yeah.
Right?
Usually, yeah, when somebody, it's funny because when somebody takes out a HELOC, they're usually doing it to buy a car, or it's for all the wrong reasons. If you take it out of HELOC and you invest it, that's where you get generational wealth. So all these guys that are rich, they buy their fourplex or whatever, they get $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in equity. Then they get a HELOC, and then they put that equity into another property, and they just keep going. You never, ever, ever you don't want to sell anything ever because you want to borrow against it. So if you sell it, you're going to pay 35, 45% on taxes, right? If you just sell it. But if you borrow against it, it's 6% is what you're going to spend on the money you're using, not on the entire amount.
Ah,
So that's where rich people get richer.
good. So should I just leave him and say, because I think yeah,
Absolutely.
I'll give him a call back. Be like, hey man, it sounds like this isn't gonna work. The other one was,
And it's really important to call these realtors back and
Yeah.
be polite, like you're saying. I love that you're even thinking about that because a lot of people just move on.
Yeah.
I think it's super respectful to close it, and then they're like, well, you know what? 6 minutes ago, this other one came in, and it's it's a full Barbie house, and it's $5, and we want you guys to have it. You know what I mean? They'll have something that they're going to give you that's insane.
Okay, cool. The other one was another cash deal. I offered creative financing, and everyone seems to be saying no right off the bat. Which
Okay,
tells me
did you say creative financing? Did you say seller financing?
Yeah, probably, but just because that's what I know.
No, I get it. Let's steer clear of the words because
Okay.
it's a trigger for people. I
Okay.
feel like, and it's so funny. I've had more students tell me that people have been asking them if they work for Hold My Hand Wholesale. They're like, I keep getting calls from you guys. What's the deal? Like, how many people are working there? And it's because we're using these words like the seller financing, and we got to get away from that and just be like, hey, is there any way like we could, do a set of payments? Sounds way better. It's especially if they don't know what seller financing is, then they just feel dumb.
I got it.
So
Okay.
double down for 'em.
Okay, so I'll use that term. Okay, cool. That was it. I'll be making more calls. I'll probably be on your live again tomorrow.
Okay, awesome. Good having you. Thanks so much. Okay,
Thanks, man.
later. Okay, Patrick, I blew you off like 6 times because you're so busy. Oh, now he's gone again. Okay, so we're going to go to Natalie, what's up? It's been a while. How's being a mom?
How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good. I already know. You with the camera.
And just move a little closer to your mic so Miles can hear you because he can't quite hear you and he's getting all upset. He's like, why do you say my name? What's the problem? What I do? What I do? Oh, you got your partner there. Is she asleep?
Yep.
We'll be quiet.
She's not waking up.
Okay. You are such a good mom. Holy crap.
Thanks. Okay, so I am looking at this property. I don't know how to keep it all straight at this.
Okay. Yeah, keeping it organized is hard.
It's definitely a lot.
Yep.
So currently I have two things going on.
Okay.
I have this one property. And I wanted to ask you specifically about it because it's going to auction on February 12th.
Ooh,
Um
my favorite. Okay, good. We got a month.
No, I heard it. It's going to auction on February 12th. It was under contract for $215.
Okay.
It was on market for $230.
Okay.
The last person who had it under contract, right before it was time to close, they bought something, and so their loan was revoked. But basically, they were going to go through with this $215
Okay.
thing that they had going on. So to me, if it was under contract for that and it was about to be sold for that, that's basically probably worth that, right? And right now, she owes. Her payoff is $118. She
Okay.
has one $24,000 lien and one $1,800 lien. So
1,800?
that,
1,800 or 18,000?
1,800.
Okay, so just $26,000 in liens.
Yes.
Okay.
And the agent said she'll waive my half, even though she's doing double duties.
Okay, so go 3%.
So she's gonna go 3. Yes.
Okay.
And total is looking like a little less than 150.
Okay. My offer
Um,
would be to take over the loan, and that's it. And you'll pay the realtor.
so that's what I asked for.
Okay.
And the realtor said she doesn't really know how to do that, on top of the fact that they've been having hell with this bank. And they
Okay.
actually have. Like she's been her client gave her permission and she's been sending me images of the emails back and forth.
Sure.
Like they're saying 7 to 10 days just to get documents
Okay.
of the updated
So
fees.
more than likely, she has online access to that account, right? The mortgage account.
She does not anymore.
Okay,
She
they
tried
revoked.
to, yeah, and she
Okay.
tried to get it and they didn't let her, and she called and they told her she can't have. So
Okay,
I'm not sure what to do.
if they accept that, and then with the realtor, I would ask for like let me just do the math real quick. If it's 118, she wants 3%. Like if we can ask the realtor if she'd take $1,000 for her, we can show her how to do the entire thing. And what's going to happen? And you said February what?
12th.
So on the 12th is when this deal is going to happen, more than likely, just in my experience, because people wait till the very last second. On the 12th, the way this would happen is we would send a wire transfer of $26,000 to the bank. That would stop the foreclosure. That would stop anything because we paid it up. She will then get online access to her mortgage. And what we do is we come in and we have her sign what's called a quit claim deed. And it means she's going to quit her part of owning that house, QUIT. And so we come in and we take the house and we quit claim it into a trust. And so she'll still be 10% owner of the trust. And it's only so she can be on the loan still. That's her whole reason of being part of it. She has no financial responsibility. She doesn't have any access to any of the money, any of it. And so that's how I would structure that, especially at such a low. I mean, it's 118.24, so it's basically 150 is what she owes because of that lien.
Yeah,
And so what do you think? Is it a nice house?
it is beautiful.
Okay. Does she still want to live in it?
She doesn't currently live in it. She's already moved out
Okay, cool.
because of everything that's going on.
What do you think it rents for?
The rent in that area is like $2,200.
Beautiful. Okay. This is an excellent deal. It's about a month early. Unless we can, it sounds like what's great about the fact that you talk to the realtor and you understand so much about what their pain point is. The main pain point is she's like, I don't know how to do this, which is awesome. Like, it's not, we want more money. It's not anything else. It's like, I just don't know how to do this. I just did one 3 days ago, and I did one about in November as well. I like these deals. These are excellent deals, and we can walk her through the entire thing, and we'll make it super easy on them. Basically, she's going to walk away not having to pay more money to her realtor. If we can get the realtor to $1,000, just because she's got to understand that this woman's completely upside down in this house. For us and for a buyer, the positive thing for a buyer is there's equity that is potential there. It's not a ton, but it's well worth. What is the monthly? What's the monthly mortgage, like full mortgage? The PITI.
It is sorry.
No worries.
I
Do you
was
know the
trying.
interest rate too?
It's
Oh, it's 3%, right?
1,000.
$1,000? Yeah. Okay. Really, 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 really good deal. Solid deal that just needs to be massaged. I'm more than happy to JV with you on that and see what we could do. Because it's purely the realtor just doesn't know how to handle it. It's that simple. And we can save her credit, the owner's credit, pretty easily.
Okay. Okay. And that would just take moving it into the.
Yeah. So what
I
we'll
tried to
do?
fill out that form. It didn't go well.
No worries. Okay.
I didn't know what to put for a lot of the questions.
Okay, that's all right. Well, this one
I was
you've
thinking-
explained it to me, so I kind of get it. So that's cool. If you DM me the address,
Okay.
and then I'll fill out the form for you, and we'll get it into our system. And in these, I like to be upfront on these. There's not a whole lot of assignment fee, but whatever the assignment fee is, it's probably going to be around $500 to $1,000. But if I'm the one that buys this, I will pay that right away. Like that will happen right when we pay off the mortgage or the penalties.
So, can I share my? Is it okay if I share my screen?
Sure, of course. Don't share the address though.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
What state is this in?
It's in Louisiana.
In Louisiana, okay. Is it New Orleans or no?
No.
Good, okay. The insurance in New Orleans is brutal.
Oh yeah, no, it's not in New Orleans. It's on the outskirts of Baton Rouge, a town called
Okay.
Denham
Good.
Springs.
Okay, good.
Can you
Good,
see
good,
this?
good. It's spinning. It sure wants to. Your daughter is so stinking cute. I can't stand it. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Yeah. Is it a mobile home? Oh no. Okay.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm more than happy to talk to the realtor if you want me to. I'd love to get this done sooner than the deadline day.
Okay, yeah. I am
Because I'm probably your buyer on this for real. These are easy.
okay, cool. Well, that's what I was trying to figure out is like basically what to do. I know like I have an overall idea of what has to happen. but
Yeah,
I'm
no
not-
problem. Do me a favor. You're going to send everything to me in the DMs, address, and then all the numbers that you have. And did you put together a calculator too?
Yes.
Okay, I figured because you always do. Just screenshot that too, and just DM it all to me. I'm going to send
Okay,
you
cool.
a message. And Marilyn's going to get mad at me because I'm going around the process that we usually do, but you've got a baby in your hands, and I get it. You've already tried to fill out the form. So, Marilyn, I will fill out the form for her and put it through our system.
Thank you. And I'm sorry. I'll just
You're a mom. You get a pass. Seriously. She is so stinking cute. I can't stand it.
thank you. Okay, that was all. I'm not gonna keep taking up your time. I'm gonna send it.
No,
out,
this is great. This is a solid, you found one. You definitely found one.
This was actually the realtor reached out to me, so that was actually really cool. And
But
I have this.
But just so everybody in the Discord hears this. So the realtor just called you out of the blue because she just knew that you were, how did you guys have a relationship that she would call you for something like this?
Okay, so originally I met this realtor on another property like 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
And I put in an offer for that property, creative, and it had been on for a while. That one was a really good deal too, but the guy he was being like unrealistic about the down payment. And she was like, you know, usually when people want to do this, they don't want to do a down payment. They just want the property basically for nothing. And I see that you're trying. And I tried to tell him that and convince him. And I was like, yeah, it's okay. Some people do it, some people don't. And she was like, yeah, well, I have, she was like, yeah, well, you know, it doesn't make any sense. I was really trying to get rid of that one. I said, well, that one is gone and that's okay. But if you have any other ones, like, please feel free to let me know. We do this often and I'm open to look at whatever you have. And she sent me 7 properties that day. And then a week later, she called me about this one because this one was already under contract. But then, like I said, the contract fell through like at the closing table. And so she called me and said, hey, you can, if you're open to this lady is about to go into foreclosure. I know that's what you're looking for. So
Awesome.
you can, I think this would be good for you. And I was like, heck yeah.
Okay, everybody in the Discord, I hope you like grab onto that. That's why we make phone calls. We've got to make phone calls, not for the property that you're looking at, but for the property they have in their pocket. They've got other stuff. You're going to help them out. And in this situation, we're going to help somebody save their credit because if this house goes into a foreclosure, this poor seller is going to have bad credit for the next 7-8 years. I mean, it's going to be bad. And so we're helping people, which is just so awesome. And great job, Natalie. This is really, really, really solid.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
And you did it all. You did it all with a sleeping baby in your arms. That's pretty impressive.
Yes.
Super mom. Well done.
I actually have one other question. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure.
This property is an entirely different thing. Same thing. Well, similar thing. This realtor, I talked to her about another property that had a few different offers, but
Okay.
but when I talked to her about that one and she told me that one had a lot of offers, I said, well, I'm not really interested in getting into a bidding war. But if you have anything else, same thing, let me know. And she said, well, the person who was selling that, they're an investor who's dumping their portfolio off. And they had 3 other properties that she had up that had been up for a while as well. So one of those, she sent me, she said it's not doing very well because there's a renter in it and the renter will be in there until April. I don't know, like, if that's a good or a bad thing, first of all, because usually I know that they try to look for ones with a renter who's already month to month.
Mhm.
The other one, the renter is already out,
Okay.
but that one needs a little bit of work. But for this one, it doesn't need any work, but there is a renter in it, which is why it hasn't sold really retail, because the renter's lease doesn't expire until April. That said, I don't know. I maybe I'm just overthinking this one, but I feel like I don't know what to do. I asked her. I'm trying to switch over and pull up the information.
No
for
problem.
it, and not the old one that I was just looking at. So I asked her about like all the majors, like the roofing and all that.
Mhm.
She said that the seller is basically out of state and they want to like redo their portfolio where they are now.
Okay, so they want to get rid of properties that are kind of hanger-oners. Okay, boy, Natalie, you are doing everything so right. I mean, it's awesome. The fact that you get you're really getting the properties that everybody's, that they're all offering you, and you've got a baby in your hands at the same time. So nobody has any excuses in here because none of you are holding on to a sleeping child and doing this as well. So Well done, Natalie. Yeah, send that. So did you send me the DM for the other one?
Oh,
Not yet. Okay. Nope. That's cool. So I just sent you a hi. Send me that one too, and I'll just take a look at it, and we'll see what makes sense.
okay.
Okay.
I'm sending them right now.
Okay. Perfect.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Miles is pointing up to the air. What's up, Miles?
Hey, so here, hold on, let me turn off my music real quick. So let's say, God forbid, this guy says yes, right?
God
To
forbid.
this, yeah, God forbid, he says yes. How do we figure out this payment for this house?
I like to ask them first what they like. Hey, what would it be like? Because you can back into it however you want to. But more than likely they're not that smart. They won't give you a number. So you just do a 30-year amortization, and that can usually be your payment. Make sense?
So I would tell them like, hey, I want, or they would come up with a price.
Potentially,
and
yeah. Because
how
we
would I know
can.
if it's a good or a bad price.
How would you get to their price?
How would I know if it's a good or bad price, whatever they say?
So you take that and put it into an amortization schedule and just back it out and see and just it's cool. You just go 10 years. Oh, okay. That's 5 years because we're going to balloon them out anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's 0%, then everything that the buyer, the ultimate buyer, everything they're putting into it is going to be money that's going into their piggy bank, basically. So we're not super concerned about but we do want it to cash flow. So we want it to be less than the rents, way less than the rents if we can get away with it. And a rule of thumb, if you can do a third of the rent, then you know that you're going to cash flow. Okay. Okay, Eric, we're going to go back to you. Thanks, Miles. Okay.
No, thank you.
Eric, that was a fast switch over. Where'd you go? Oh, you're still there. I thought we lost you. Okay, good. So far,
Yep,
so
just
good.
working, new computer, all that good stuff. Can you hear me all right?
We can.
Oh, now you're spinning. There? Okay.
Yeah.
So, question. So, it actually kind of made me feel good, the Linnell guy. So, I'm actually sitting in pretty good equity in my home and was hoping down the line to be able to have some real property. So, could I just talk to this real estate agent as like, I'm going to be the one buying this house? Would that?
100%. Yeah. And you could be like, if you got equity, get a HELOC.
Yeah, no, that's
Get a
long term
HELOC.
goal. Like,
have a HELOC just for emergencies too, just to have. You don't have to draw down on it. You don't pay anything for it, but get it set up. So, how much do you think you have on yours?
About 180,000.
Oh yeah, so you can usually get a HELOC for about like half of it.
Oh yeah, they've already approved me and everything. Like I've already checked into it and all
Brilliant.
that. So yeah.
Yeah. You're going to be a investor on this call, and
honestly, like my long term is I want to have an RV park. Like I'm in an area with like state parks and lakes and like that's
Okay.
like long term. Yeah,
that's a business. That's
is
a
a
business and a
business.
half. Yeah, so you have to be online. I mean, you have to be with them 24/7 for sure. Okay.
All right,
I love it. I love
I'll
it.
be buyer for this phone call. Like,
Yeah, you are. Go for it.
okay, let's see what happens.
I'm psyched for you. Good job.
forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available.
Said call 3 times.
Available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Oh yes, I was trying to reach Alicia about a property that you have listed at 2116 Stanton Avenue. I was looking to ask you some questions about this property. If you could give me a call at your convenience. My name is Eric Akers and my phone number is 540-808-6142. Thank you. I tried. You're still muted.
Okay, there we go. I didn't want to jump on your call. Great. Okay. Hey, you did it. And that's I like the fact that it's a little bit stressful, and that's great because it means it matters. And so it's awesome. So let us know. Please come back tomorrow, 8 a.m. till 10.
Want to be
PST.
here every day for my month that I paid for, and you ain't got to worry about that.
Perfect. Excellent. I love it. Yeah, be
Yes,
here
sir.
all the time, and yeah, you can give us an update. But stay on them. Hopefully they'll give you a call back. All right.
So
good
I
job.
need to look for more stuff like that then, correct?
100%. And talk to people. Talk to people. You saw
Okay.
Natalie.
Oh yeah. So I mean, I've got
Natalie.
a list of realtor friends and stuff too. So like,
Call them all. Call all, especially if you have friends. Like,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
just so you know, this is what I'm doing now. I just want to make sure
how would
that,
I
you know,
pitch it to somebody that I do know, like to where
exactly that. This is what I'm doing now. Let me be a resource for you. I can get you your commission faster than, you know, it's all about what you can do for them. It's nothing about what they can do for you.
like I said, and that's what I spent almost 3 months trying to do the other side of this, and this seems better to me. I just, for whatever reason,
It's nicer. It's just nicer. Like it really is. We're trying to help people out too. So we're trying to make money for sure.
Mhm.
But if we can help somebody out and make some money, okay, I'll take that.
Definitely.
Yes, please.
All right. Well, I will definitely be seeing you tomorrow, and I'll keep you posted.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Take it easy, bro. Okay, I think Steven's in next. Let me just double check. It's my favorite thing to do. Let's see. And there's somebody in the chat named Anson looking for coins. Do not give that kid any coins, whatever he's asking for. We're pretty sure he's a scammer. He's Anson. His name's, he's now. Oh.
No,
oh.
no.
Wait,
Hell
what?
no.
Wait, you've been blocked, sir.
No. You've been fired.
Oh, you're going to fire me? Turn on your camera. Why don't you have a camera?
It's 2:59 a.m. in the morning. Why am I gonna turn on my camera? It looks like I'm sleeping.
It looks like you're sleeping, but you're not sleeping.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm still making calls.
But you have been blocked, just so you know, for all the
Oh
coins.
my god!
You are a whack job. Ugh, I don't know about this. Okay, so I'm looking at live stream. I think Steven's up next. Am I right? Steven, are you in here? Is that who's next? Can never find schedule. There we go. Okay, it's Thursday. Steven, he's coming next. Okay, so I'll hang tight till he gets here. Let's see. Anson, did you have anything to? Okay, good. She's gone. I hate that he has power to just pop up on stage. Okay, Moab.
Oh, I'm back.
Oh,
Yes,
geez.
sir.
Yeah,
I had a
that's-
feeling you didn't see me. I was kind of
How are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm good. Do you have a camera?
Sadly, someone stole my camera, but I'm wearing an awesome outfit, and I really wanted to show you guys. And I don't know how to show you guys, and I'm really mad, actually.
Oh, shoot.
Wait, let me try to send it somewhere. Hold
Well,
up.
yeah, take a picture of it and put it in the chat if it's that good of an outfit.
Can I open the chat without leaving the call on my phone?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't done it on the phone. But what's going on while you try to figure out how to show us your sweet outfit? Oh, there we go. I like it. You're on fire. Okay, so what can we do for you? What's going on? Uh-oh. Now he's muted, or you're muted, or no, it doesn't show you're muted. What the heck happened? He's back. He's bored. Well, let's see. I'm gonna put Patty back down. Moab. Your outfit is sweet. We'll give you that for sure. Okay. It's not working. I don't know what happened to him. Okay, we lost him. Jason, you come up with them so fast. Okay, I'm bringing you back up. Okay, Moab, can you hear us now? Or it says you're here. It doesn't say you're muted. Okay. Well, in the meantime, we're going to see if Jason's mic's working. This is always kind of a roll of the dice. We'll see if Jason can figure out his mic today. Okay. Well, he's on mute at least. I think you're doing it on purpose.
Is it
now.
working? It's working.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
Sweetness.
Hey, thanks for the help with the boys.
Hey,
did
man,
great.
Miles, those guys, 3 or 4 times they had it down. 3 or 4
But
times.
that was you. How long ago was that you?
Literally, probably 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
Yeah. Remember?
Yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah, that's why I like helping the newbies call, because I was just there, so I get it.
No. Well, and I love the smile it puts on your face. That's the best.
Yeah, I did. It's just like big Papa proud. Big Papa proud.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, there's Steven. He's taking over.
Hey.
Hey, Steven, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
There
How
he
about
is.
yourself? Yes, sir.
How's the Pacific Northwest? Everything good up in the Pacific Northwest? Sacramento.
Yeah,
Sacramento.
Sack of Tomatoes is doing fine. Yeah, Southern California, not so much.
Oh, I know, right? Actually, we're on fire. That's not the way to say it.
Yeah, I was going to say, are you okay with where you're at, Trent?
I'm good. We're Orange County. There's an invisible bubble in Orange County that where nothing bad nothing happens bad out down here. We're always okay.
Oh, good to hear that.
Yeah, LA is definitely fire. Hey, I've got Moab Matter here. He was just going to talk, and then he showed us his sweet sweatshirt, and then disappeared. So I don't know. He's kind of having a rough time. So
Maybe
we'll see.
Fell out of his chair.
And then I think Miles and his brother. I'm going to move to the audience. And Jason, if you want to, do you want to hang tight with Steven, or are you out?
Yeah, I can hang out for a while. I'm gonna get on hang out here in a little bit and make some calls so people can hear me make some calls, and I'll force them to make some calls too, Trent.
Okay, cool. And I am out of here, but I'm back in an hour. So
I'll see you soon.
My crazy Thursdays.
Crazy
Okay,
Thursday.
Steven. take over.
Yes, sir. Let me pull up my link tree. I'll do a quick intro.
What's your link tree?
Yeah, I got my tree here.
What is that?
You don't know what a link tree is?
Oh, I know what a link. What is your link tree?
I just put it in the chat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. Look, and you're in a suit?
Well,
You need to
every
take a
once in
picture
while.
of you in that chair. Nobody's going to recognize you there, but that chair is.
It's
That's
certainly
awesome. All right.
Got to be